is next week at Valhalla. So you get a good field here. A lot of the live and European guys, well, a lot of the European guys come over and play here to go and get acclimated to the time in the United States. So you have a very good field there, obviously, with the top players in the world, other than Scotty Scheffler playing there.
Yeah, do we have a Scheffler stake bet?
Yeah, on majors.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was just confirming.
We do. I have him. I have Aaron Rodgers winning an NFL game before Scheffler wins another major.
Oh, yeah.
Scheffler's got 3 straight shots before you have to worry about anything.
Then there's a good chance that Aaron gets one, though. So you've got 3 chances, and then I've got 17 chances.
Yeah, I mean, I feel good if Scheffler doesn't get one in these next 3 that it's going to be a problem.
We appreciate Terrion Arnold being on the show with us today. And again, you can get that podcasted wherever you get podcasts, including his announcement that he is doing a song featuring also Jalen Milroe with Walker Hayes, involving Let All the Naysayers Know. So Walker Hayes, Terrion Arnold, a Terrion Arnold, Walker Hayes collaboration with a little feature from Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe coming this summer. And you can see the entire interview on all of our platforms. Thanks for being with us today. Don't forget Uncorked. And ask us anything with Taylor Korn coming up on her platforms there. Like and subscribe. And a brand new live version of The Meltdown this afternoon at 2 Central. Also part of this platform and over on Disrupt the Media. Follow them at The Meltdown as Melton and Lunsford entertain you again this afternoon at 2 o'clock Central Time. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live will share the latest interviews and videos from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and campuses all over the college landscape. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Live Daily Show. Jim, Lance, and Ryan will share their thoughts, and remember, you can always see the old shows on the Next Round Live YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, and don't forget to comment. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. It's Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
You've been wearing that thin, raggedy t-shirt for years now, and people cannot stop whispering and staring in your vicinity. We've all been there. Luckily, there's a solution to your lack of fashion and social cues. At NextRound.store, they have plenty of options when it comes to a variety of shirts and hats. Once you start putting that Next Round gear on, be prepared to make new lifelong friends and hundreds of unforgettable conversations. Hope you like random high fives in the street, because that's what you're getting after visiting NextRound.store.
Visit nextroundlive.com today. It's free, unless you haven't paid your internet bill. So go ahead and pay that, and then it's free. Heck, you can pull out your phone and go to nextroundlive.com right now, where you'll find all the free content that you can stomach, unless you haven't paid your phone bill. Then you need to pay that, and then you can enjoy all the free content. NextRoundLive.com is so rewarding that it should be behind a paywall, like Lance's Lock. So in summary, play Lance's Lock. Then you'll have enough money to pay your bills, and go to NextRoundLive.com, where you're always at your happiest, for free.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Every day, someone is ridiculed and mocked for the clothing they chose to wear. It's a harsh reality we all must face. But you have the chance to change all of that with one visit to nextround.store. For just a few minutes of browsing, you will observe so many clothing options, from hats to hoodies to t-shirts. Please, for yourself or someone you love, go to nextround.store and embrace the warmth of true attire.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
Hang out with the Next Round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out the Next Round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we are live from the Regions Tradition. It is the Charity Pro-Am Day, along with Lance Taylor, Rockstar. I'm Ryan Brown, Scott Forrester here, running the cameras and everything else. Tyler and Lunsford back in studio. Little T and EG out roaming the course somewhere, getting some man on the street stuff done away on the first tee, making the first tee announcements. And we are in the Casamigos Margarita tent. Kind of hard to beat that.
Kind of hard to beat that, yeah. And this year we've got, because I was telling somebody walking up here, I was talking to a couple of different people, and I'm like, yes, we are right there off the tee where, I don't know, about 10 shots came close to us last year.
Yeah. I was telling Scott, you were not out here early last year, right? You came out for the Coca-Cola stage. I was telling Scott that, and my daughter Anna Kate is home from college, so she's working for us today. And I was telling them this was open air, and there's some shots rattled around up in here last year.
Yeah.
No longer.
But I wonder how protective that glass is.
Also, a difference between this year and last year, they have a thing called
air conditioning.
And it is cranked.
Is it on right?
A little bit. So if you ever get hot, just come up here and what's it called?
Yeah.
It's the Casamigos fifth hole tent.
That's what Rockstar was like. When's this place going to get jumping? I said, when the sun comes out. Because everybody will be flocking in.
Right.
I mean, I lathered up with nut dust today just because I thought, every year we're out here, we're just sweating our asses off. 2 years ago, the first year you did, T-box stuff, the interviews, we were down there.
We were, and the sun beat on us.
Yeah, we had umbrellas, remember?
Yeah, you remember that? We had the umbrellas behind us.
I saw her last year. She was working that hole, and she was the one that said, I can go to my car and get you a couple umbrellas. I was like, please do. And she was the one that bailed us out for that to put in the shade.
Yeah.
She works that hole. I'll say hey to her again.
That was year one when we were behind the 10th tee. We are now alongside the 10th hole near the 10th green.
You know what this event does for me?
What is that?
Signifies the start of summer.
Oh, summer's here, everybody. All right.
That's the way I kind of view it. It's like everybody's getting outside. People are spending a long weekend out here at Greystone. Everybody's got shorts on except me. It's the start of summer.
Chase says not enough inner thigh showing today. Clay, yesterday, one of the great lines. I was telling Scott was out yesterday. I was like, Clay gave us one of the great lines when Lance brought up Giselle. Was it Giselle you brought up?
Oh, he was talking about Nikki Glazer.
Nikki Glazer, yeah. And he said she doesn't show as much inner thigh as you guys do on your road shows.
Your boy Ush, my God.
Which is fantastic. That's such a good line, though, by Clay. So we're not showing as much inner thigh today. We've tried to dial that back.
Boy, I am glad I wore pants.
Why?
Just because it's cold in here.
Yeah.
This is what Brown typically has in his car.
I know this is normal for me.
I would say it's 65. Is that fair?
I would say it's gas station freezer where they keep the cold drinks.
Yeah.
The beer cave.
Yeah, beer
I
cave.
love that after a round of golf.
Yeah, Brown doesn't buy their beer, but he'll go stand in the middle of it.
Stand in the middle of the beer cave.
Just looking.
Do I want Bud Light? Do I want Mick Ultra? No. I go stand in the beer cave. Like, I almost did it. I was so crunched for time. But after I played golf down in Destin the other day and we were about to go see St. Paul and the Broken Bones, I had to stop and get gas. So I went in to get a Powerade, and there was a beer cave. And I was like, man, I'm hot. I could go stand in that beer cave, but I am tight on time.
I'll tell you,
if I get in there, I won't come out.
The coldest is a place called Beer Island on the way to Lake Martin.
Yeah.
And I know some of our viewers and listeners have stopped. It's like this trailer that is in the middle of a parking lot of a gas station, but it's Beer Island. And I think they keep it like in the 50s, maybe. Oof. It's like an igloo.
Love it. All right, so we've got a lot to get to today on the show. Matt Hayes is going to talk some college football with us at 10:45. As of right now, scheduled at 11:45. Schedules can change, but tentatively scheduled, Cam from the Velcro Pygmies. Now, this is an interview we've pursued for quite a long time. If you are at or near our age, anywhere probably within a 20 to 30-year window there, you potentially have seen the Velcro Pygmies on your college campus if you went to school in the Deep South. I know they came to Jacksonville State and played brothers when I was in school at Jacksonville State. What? No, have you seen the Velcro Pygmies? Oh, okay. All right. One of her best friends is obsessed with
There you go.
who goes to Auburn because they come to Auburn and play there. You saw them in Tuscaloosa, right?
I've seen the Velcro Pygmies probably 20, 25 times.
Yeah. Have you ever seen? You've seen them, but
I think I've played events with them.
Oh, have you?
I don't know if we've ever met.
So Cam is a storyteller, and we'll get some stories. Or let me say this: Cam's got some stories. We'll try to get those stories out of Cam. Yeah,
yeah. They've been doing it, I think, as a group since 1992.
Right.
So you're right. I mean, people around our age, almost everybody. Forrester, did you see the Velcro Pygmies?
No, I did not.
Never has.
Oh.
Just too busy working with Kiss.
Auburn Supper Club. You didn't go to the Supper Club and see? I guarantee you they played the Supper Club. Wouldn't you think?
Opportunity, Pell City Lake Fest this weekend.
That's where they're going to be.
Free concert. So, yeah, looking forward to catching up with Cam and getting some of those stories out of him. I doubt he's a golfer, but you never know. I never would have thought Alice Cooper was a golfer.
Yeah, and I've seen him, so I know that guy plays.
He can play.
Yeah, he plays a lot.
It's one of those things, I think, if you're on tour and you want to get away from debauchery, which Alice Cooper became sober.
Yeah.
And I think golf was one of those tools that helped him do that. Like, you would have to find – like, you were on the road and I don't know what you did. You don't partake anyway, but like I can't imagine being in that situation because much like Morgan Wallen, I would just want to go out every night.
Well, what's interesting about being on the road, it's all relative. Just thinking about us now, the big thing was the bus pulls in, you get to sleep till like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and the venue opens about 10:30 or 11. That when you get access to the dressing rooms and bathrooms and Wi-Fi. That's the first thing is there's a group text. Hey, here's the Wi-Fi code.
Yeah.
But just think about 30 years ago in the 90s or something like that, where these bands are just like, you didn't know Wi-Fi existed, but you just sit there and you just read a book because there's no going to a bar. You have to be in the venue for the first 3 hours for sound check. So you're just sitting there in the dressing room with old couches and a wall, cinder block wall, just going, I guess I'm going to finish my book or just talk to this person.
I was asking Paul Janeway when we had him on last weekend, like after we got off, he was like, yeah, I'm heading to sound check. And I'm like, it's like 5 hours before the show. Like, what a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Sound check is awful.
And like for somebody like Anthony Kiedis, who's been doing it forever with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, he's still got to go through that.
You do, but and it's talking about Paul. When I talked to Chad, his trumpet player, about the Rolling Stones, he said those guys have been at it for they're almost 80 now. Yeah. And they've been at it since they were 17, 18. He said when they opened up for them, Keith was on the stage 8 hours before the performance, checking all his pedals himself.
I respect that.
I mean,
I do too.
That's all you've known your entire life. But he's like, I'm not relying on a guitar tech. I'm going to make sure everything sounds right because people are paying a lot of money to see us.
Because those guys could 100% mail it in at this point. They'll sell out any venue they go to, whether they're good or not.
And would probably still be good. This is probably why bands like Smash Mouth are absolutely awful in person because they probably dick around and don't do the sound check.
He had a bit of a drinking problem.
Well, yeah.
They weren't playing like venues like that. They were playing at like hot dog festivals and stuff like that.
But at one point they were.
Yeah, they were big, but he was in well, he's
in a hole now, right?
Celebrity Rehab. He was in an episode of that. But also think about with Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. If you imagine being he's 79, 80. Imagine being world famous ever since you were 17 years old.
I mean, that is wild to think
know
about.
that anybody will recognize you
super
anywhere
recognizable
for all of your life.
I
like
guess,
Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
I guess you would get used to that. I guess
that's all you know.
Yeah, I think it would be absolutely
never known
awful.
to go in a grocery store and shop ever. So it's just crazy, like to never know that feeling.
Yeah, that is wild to think about.
Kind of like how I feel.
Do you
think, kind of the way you feel when you come off the road. Yeah.
Do you think most people would rather have $50 million and be anonymous, or $25 million to be famous?
You guys are not going to even recognize this name, but there's a guy that played on the PGA Tour named Charles Howard III.
Oh, I know.
You've seen Charles Howard.
He was on
I know. I knew you were going to do that.
Is he a North Carolina kid?
I think he is. Maybe so. Yeah. Big, tall, skinny guy. Yeah. But he played for years on the tour and had more success than people would have thought of. And I think he's like top 20 all-time earnings, maybe top 15 all-time earnings.
Nobody knows him.
Can walk through any airport in America, not a soul knows who he is. And he's made his living playing golf. He's made a ton of money doing it, and nobody knows who he is.
Well, I know the three of us would take the $50 million and be anonymous.
100%.
But do you think the majority of people would take $25 million and want to be famous?
People want a taste of that.
Yeah.
And then once you get it, you don't want
you
it
would
anymore.
Beg for
like
the
I'd rather have that. But people want to taste like I want to be recognized everywhere. I want a bajillion followers on my social media and stuff like that. Everybody wouldn't know my opinion on things. But I think once you start getting a taste of, I can't sit down at a restaurant with somebody not pointing me out and want to talk to me, and I have to be nice to everybody because I can't have a bad day. You're like, okay, this is worth. I'd rather have the $25 million.
Okay, so a guy that's going to be out here today, I think he relishes being famous in Charles Barkley.
He's an anomaly.
He is an
really
anomaly.
is.
But I was trying to think of other guys that seem to be like that. Like we've seen Charles at dinner. We've seen people come up to him. He'll get up and take a picture, which is amazing. People still approach. But I wonder how many people in the wild are really like that.
Yeah, I don't know, but you're right. Charles, he's gotten a bad rap for a couple things he's done, but we've been with him multiple times and seen how patient he is with people out in the public, and is always willing to take
You
photos.
throw one midget through a window.
I know. That's all it takes, Lance.
So what do you think if you see Michael Jordan eating tonight with a woman and you sit down going, Michael Jordan,
What the crap?
I watched you
would
play.
be scared to death because I know how bad it's going to be.
In
Like he would unleash.
1994, you were at Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Remember this game? I said, "Go, Michael," and you looked at me.
With those yellow eyes.
But I have seen.
He can't be healthy, man.
I
That
know.
damn thing, he looks like a wolf.
They really do.
Can I call you Mikey?
But I've seen Charles sit through that exact thing you're talking
Yeah.
about. Like, I mean, is not that same conversation, but just as crazy.
Yeah.
No, you-
And is so patient with it.
No, but it's like my nephew goes to Auburn. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's good.
But Brown told the story one time. We were at Black Market and we met him, and this one dude came up not once, not twice, but 3 times, and that is so awkward.
Yeah.
It was the third time where Charles said, "Look, I'm having dinner with my friends. Basically get the what out of here." But see, and that's the problem. Like, if somebody just saw that one interaction, like, what a turd Charles is. He was so patient with that guy, but the guy was drunk. And at first it was like, "Hey, I just want to shake your hand to meet you." Okay, I shook my hand to meet you. Now it's, "I want to get a photo with you." So I got the photo with you. And then it was, "Hey, look, would you mind FaceTiming with and it was just one after the other. And it's the same guy.
Exponentially worse. every
I
time.
know. It got worse every time.
Can I move in with you?
I know, like if he,
I'm on the outs with the old missus.
Just $100 all I need to borrow.
if he had started with a FaceTime and worked backwards, Charles might have dealt with it. But you're right. It was like, if you give into that FaceTime, no telling what comes next. All right, as I mentioned, we are at the Casamigos 10th hole here at the Regents Tradition. Dunaway is on the first tee, introducing Nick Saban and Kalen DeBoer and Hugh Freeze and Charles Barkley and all the legends that are out here playing. He'll join us here in just a little bit in the 10th hole tent. Let's start, though, with the NBA last night. We do have a lot of college football to get to and some college basketball on the NIL front. Interesting development for Alabama basketball on the NIL front. But we start with the NBA last night, Lance. 2 games. Boston dominates Cleveland. Oak City dominates Dallas. You're not surprised by either one of those, are you?
Well, I'm a little surprised with Oak City. I think
the win or the magnitude of the win?
The magnitude of the win, and Luka Doncic coming into this, he's got the sore hamstring or the sprained knee that he's dealing with right now, and he's struggling. Struggled last night, was 6 of 19, only 19 points. He had gone 24 consecutive postseason games with at least 20 points. He's off right now, and with Luka off, that is bad news for the Dallas Mavericks. I thought Dallas would win this series with defense, and Oak City through 5 games has only given up 96 points per game. That is the lowest through 5 games in the postseason since the 2016 Spurs, who, by the way, were really, really good.
Yeah, 117-95, the final score. That defensive performance you mentioned includes holding the Mavs to a 16-point fourth quarter.
Yeah,
a 16-point fourth quarter. I mean, they were dominant defensively.
Well, this is a problem right now going back to Luka, because he's a guy that can obviously take a game over and win playoff games on the road for you, but he's only shooting 22.7% behind the arc right now in the postseason. So he has kind of lost his shot. He's dealing with an injury, the nagging knee, and I don't know. It doesn't look good for the Mavs right now.
It does not look good for the Mavs. On the other side, in the East, Boston dominant. That one did not surprise you. I know.
Derek White played extremely well. I mean, you look at it, what they're able to do now with White, a guy that averages close to 16 points per game, and you've got Jaylen Brown, big night from him, Jason Tatum. Celtics, to me, most consistent team throughout the season. And they're your favorite right now. By the way, your number 2 shortest odds to win the championship, the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's right.
Zerbiak.
I was about to do this with you on the Celtics, because one of my favorite Rockstar things is when you mention a franchise, you're like, "Rockstar, who's your favorite player for that franchise?" And you choose the most random guy out there. Like anytime I say, "Who's your favorite Miami Dolphin?"
Oronde Gadsden.
Oronde Gadsden is 100% Rockstar's answer.
He had the OG tattoo on his arm. It's awesome.
I never was a Craig Kilborn fan. I don't know if you guys were.
Yeah.
But
Craig Kilborn.
But he comes on Rich Eisen, and I love him as one of Rich Eisen's buddies/guests. He still wears like the 3-piece suit, but he comes in and he did his top 5 athletes of all time, and he's a Minnesota kid.
Right.
And so he's all about the T-Wolves right now. But his number 5 on the list, Justin Jefferson. This is all-time athlete.
Yeah.
Number 4, Harrison Smith.
Yeah.
Number 3, Anthony Edwards. And then he finally threw, I think it was like Dr. J, and I forgot who his number 1 was, but I thought it was funny. Very random, like Rockstar.
I was going to go Boston Celtic with you.
D. Brown.
Oh, it was Larry Bird was his number one, by the way.
Larry Bird was his number one? Yeah. D. Brown, your favorite Boston Celtic.
Or Baby Shaq. What was Baby Shaq's name?
Oh, the not tractor trailer.
Glenn Taylor.
Yeah.
No, Glenn Taylor was tractor trailer.
Glenn Davis.
Glenn
Davis.
Yeah.
That's right. Glenn
Baby
Davis.
Shaq.
I knew it was a Glenn. I just can't get
I
to the right
wonder
Glenn.
what Glenn Davis is doing right now.
He's probably sleeping right now.
You don't think he's in the program here?
Did you guys realize, though, that Minneapolis, well, that's wrong. Somebody said they had never won a championship, but the Twins have won multiple championships.
Oh, that was who said that on the show yesterday?
Yeah, that was wrong.
Well, I think what they meant on the show yesterday was that Minnesota, I think the word was Minnesota never won anything. You're right, the Twins have, but when you get to the Timberwolves and the Vikings have been a perennial disappointment.
Maybe it was the only combination of an NBA and NFL team where neither one had won a championship.
Yeah.
Could that have been it?
That might have been it. Yeah. That could be it. Hey, Dunaway is going to join us in a moment. A reminder, our buddy Greg from Pell City, Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg will climb up on that roof and not charge you a thing to do it. And when he climbs up there, he'll let you know. He'll be honest with you. Do you need a new roof? Do you need some roof repairs? What is the situation? Even if you haven't had storm damage. Now, as storms come through, and they're coming through in the spring and early summer months, you're going to get some damage. Call Greg. He needs to be your first call. 205-542-3531. That's 205-542-3531. Greg Nelson, Storm Restoration Roofing. Find him on Facebook, Greg from Pale City. What were he and his wife going to bring to the studio Friday? I saw that in your show yesterday. Am I wrong about that?
One of her martinis?
Oh, a martini?
One of her martinis.
Well, I mean, we got
one little glass.
We got an invite.
Well, you got an invite to come over and watch.
Lemon drop martini from scratch. Yeah.
Wow. From scratch lemon drop martini.
Yeah.
Okay. That is a random thing to have a recipe for.
I told him to come on.
Yeah, you did. You told him to bring it on. So we'll see if Greg shows up. All right. So you're going to head to the 10th tee in here just a little bit and do some of your interviews a little tee. Who are you looking forward most to talking to? Nick Saban has been a long-standing interview with you two. You've got a interesting relationship.
You could just the couple times I've done it with him in person, it's you could just feel the sunshine beaming off of him. Like I feel like I'm getting sunburned. Like you've never seen somebody so engaging with me. Like,
I think you go after it. You want to ask him maybe the most uncomfortable question he's ever been asked.
What's that?
Ask him, because I thought about this the other day. I was scrolling through my contacts. Ask him how many dead people are in his phone.
And I want to sit there and watch you.
I do too.
As you scroll with your thumb.
All right.
Or you could just say you over under of dead people in your phone, 22 and a half. I bet it's more.
Yeah, you got Brown going through his phone.
No, mine's terrible.
I know I have a lot.
I probably have 10.
I may have 10 in the A's.
Oh, we need to do that one segment. See who's got the most dead people in their contacts.
I mean, my very first one. Look at the
Forrester's looking through his.
I know.
Now. You already hit one.
My very first phone number. Who's my very first phone number?
Call him. See what happens.
No, he's dead.
Oh,
I know.
Oh yeah. You've got a lot of celebrities.
Yeah, Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
I mean, that's no.
No.
Who?
No, it's never. No, that's
different.
Yeah.
Hank Aaron is the very first number. Like I'll show the camera. Hank Aaron, right there, very first number in my phone, and he's gone. I don't know. I mean, like.
I'm almost through the A's.
And you haven't gotten any?
No dead.
But people are like, why don't you delete those numbers? I'm like, my first inclination when somebody dies is, oh, God, I better go delete their number from my phone. That's not my first inclination. And then I don't like one day go back and say, okay, I'm going to clean out the dead people. Now, perhaps.
Clean out the dead people.
But I mean, how much time should pass? Hank Aaron's been dead for a long time.
You know what would be bad, though, is if you see that number ringing.
Oh. I mean, it's eventually going to happen because a lot of these are cell phones. So they're
not going to call your number, though.
That's true. That's a good point. It'd have to be a.
I mean, that would be freaky.
Yeah. What if somebody dialed the wrong number?
Yeah, I just got my first in the B's.
You want to give the name? Is it a famous person? Or?
No, it's my good buddy Jeff Pajalia from Slides.
Oh man, I'm sorry I asked.
No, I mean, look, great guy. I like talking about him, man.
Yeah. Rock stars in the A's. Louis Anderson.
Yeah.
The comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, did he get your digits?
Oh, I got his, and I remember we had him on a couple of times on the show, and I remember we tried. It was the most interesting thing because he grew up in Minnesota, which is crazy, with 9 or 10 siblings. And I had called him to see if he wanted to come on the show, and he goes, "Yeah, no, I can't. My brother died." And I was like, "Louis, I'm so sorry." He's like, "Yeah, that's okay." And that's the last time I talked to him.
I can't. My brother died.
My brother died.
That's a good excuse. Yeah. Okay, we'll give you that one. We're going to continue from the region's tradition. We've got some college football to get to. Brian Kelly with an interesting statement about his recruiting practices. Also, big news for Alabama basketball on the NIL front. That's all coming up. Dunaway's back for the first tee. He's going to join us in the next segment. As we go to break, a reminder, if you're redoing your home, master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closet, those are 3 things where you're going to get your money back when you go to sell your home. And you also spend a lot of time there when you own the home. So make sure it's updated and looks the best it can, is the most functional it can be. It just so happens those are the 3 places in your home that Brad Bell specializes in with A-plus tile home remodeling. A-plus tile home remodeling, Brad Bell, master bath, kitchen, master bedroom, closets, all right there with A-plus. You can call Brad today. He'll come out. He'll give you a quote. He'll look at it and say, this is what you need to do, or let's do it this way. And then you give him your vision, and he's going to follow your vision. He did my master bathroom. He did Lance's master bathroom. I could not be any happier with what we got out of Brad Bell. A-plus tile home remodeling, 205-422-1758, 205-422-1758. Brad Bell, A-plus tile home remodeling. More from the Region Tradition after this.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Birmingham's favorite lawn party returns to Greystone for the Region's Tradition, May 8th through 12th. Watch the legends of the game at Greystone and check out the Celebrity Pro-Am featuring Charles Barkley, Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze, and country superstar Riley Green. Enjoy the fun in the sun at the White Claw Watering Hole and Casamigos Club. And don't miss the food trucks and the Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony. The Region's Tradition. Buy your tickets today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Hey, you. Summer's here. Time to get hot. And at New Balance Birmingham, that's just what we got. For a summertime vibe, see what's inside. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst is back May 12th through 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. It is Bama's biggest in-water boat show with more than 100 boats and vehicles on display, vendors and food trucks, live music all weekend long, and it is free public admission. Don't forget the Friday night fireworks show, free Velcro Pygmies concert Saturday, free mimosas for Mama Mother's Day Sunday. LoganMartinLakeFest.com for more info. It's the annual Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst May 12th through 14th. LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
When on YouTube, you constantly hear requests to please like and subscribe. Well, here at Disrupt Media, we aren't going to play that game. Those demands are frankly outdated. So we just want you to hit like or subscribe. It's like a choose-your-own-adventure novel. Pick a path, hit like, or hit subscribe. It's your call. We don't care which, just pick one. Or go to Roll Tide Pods and do it. Or War Damn Pods. Or the Disrupt Media YouTube channel. Or The Meltdown. Just make a decision and stick with it. Like or subscribe, the choice is yours.
Back with you now live from the 10th Green out here at the White Claw tent. Jim Dunaway, Ryan Brown, Lance Taylor, Rockstars over to the side now. Everyone else out here working, getting things rolling on this wonderful Wednesday of the Drummond Company Pro-Am. Scott Forster's behind the camera, all the great folks back in studio. We appreciate you guys so much. And thanks again to you guys that allow me to miss the first segment every year to start everybody on the first tee. My favorite moments are always the ad-lib moments.
Right.
And this year, I think Little T sent out the text of the comment. She didn't capture it because it was off script, but it was the Kalen DeBoer group. And Albie's out there, Big Al's out there. And Albie was, dancing behind DeBoer, doing the mascot stuff to DeBoer, and then he sits down in front of the tee box before the pro, gets ready to hit. And so I just throw it out real quick. I was like, hey, Albie, can we pretend it's 4th and 31 and you just move way to the right real quick?
Wow, man.
Big cheers from the Alabama fans.
Yeah, I bet.
A roll of the eyes from Little T. Perfect.
Did Kalen DeBoer even get it?
I don't know. He's just a happy guy. He's just a happy guy.
Brown, I sent Dunaway. I was like, here's something good for Roman Harper. Here's something good for Barkley.
Do you want to go those 2 lines? Because Barkley,
I don't care.
Barkley's not here, and I did not use it for Roman. But both of them were fantastic lines. You want to
these are from Lance.
You want to tease it later in the show?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
okay.
Later in the show, right before trash. I think it'll be.
I mean, the Roman Harper line's okay. I think the Barkley's is really good.
Oh, the Barkley one is.
I don't know if Barkley's going to like it, but
the Barkley line would have made people at the Tom Brady roast.
Yeah,
it would have made it blush. I read that and I was like, that is hilarious. I showed it to Little T, and she's like, he's good at that. He's good at that right there, man. The Roman Harper one was good, but I'll give you one more line before we jump back into some more of our great sponsors, including Odie's. Tommy Tuberville last year, remember, hit one way left.
I do remember that.
And I off the cuff said, that's about as far left as you'd ever see Tommy Tuberville.
Yes,
get.
great line.
He loved it.
Great line.
So he's walking up there, and I'd say, if you remember last year, Tommy Tuberville hit one so far left that Katie Britt had to give a rebuttal.
Oh, no.
Such a good line.
He turned to it.
Yeah. He gave you a point.
He gave
That
me a
is
point.
fantastic.
Which I don't know. Is the point like, that's not really funny.
Don't do it again.
It's not really funny, but I'm going to laugh a little bit.
That is a good line, Jim. You did that off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Very impressive.
I saw where Nick Saban had done. Nick Saban had driven a Coca-Cola delivery truck at one point in his life, and had a problem with the clutch. And so Nick's putting his ball in the tee in the ground, and as he's doing that, and I deliver the line as he's bending down, he stops, pulls back, and looks up. My line was, this guy used to drive a Coca-Cola delivery truck, but went through more clutches than he did assistant coaches. Boom. He went, looked like that, and then he put it in. I thought it was a funny line.
So no smile?
No.
So in his retirement, he is not.
That's when you go lighten up your retire.
I mean, Rockstar's going to go interview him. I just, he and Rockstar have had you and Ian have a great relationship.
And I had an incredible question for Rocky. Did I not?
He did. He said Nick Saban. He should ask Nick Saban how many dead people are in your cell phone.
Oh, wow.
And then we started going through ours. I couldn't even get my first one's Hank Aaron. Like, he's the first person to my cell phone, and he's unfortunately passed.
Well, I said Rockstar could reframe it and say over under 22 and a half dead people in your cell phone right now.
Do you delete dead people from your phone?
Sometimes I do.
Oh, I never have.
But I'm so awkward about doing it.
Well, you just shoot them out to space, don't you?
I do. I do.
I am done with him.
On the cloud.
I realized, though, on this first tee for 3 years in a row, I treat Kirby like he's Gronk.
Kirby hit ball.
Do you read it slower?
My line for Kirby today was, this guy just signed a big new contract extension, $13 million a year, but he was a finance major at Georgia, so as Kirby would call it, $1 bazillion.
Wow. Did he give you a smile?
No, not at all.
My East coaches.
Damn, boy, our Coca-Cola room later is going to be tough.
I know. I just thought they wanted me to juice it up. I guess I was coming off the roast. So tell us about Odie's, LT. You guys will have this much fun.
Yeah, I would ask. There's Rocky back there. Rocky, what's going on tonight?
Oh, you can't hear it. It is loud in here.
What's going on tonight? It's Wednesday.
Trivia.
It is. Odie's Team Trivia. We're doing every Wednesday night. The original location in Crestline Village. Get there early. Enjoy great food from Rodney Davis. He's been doing it for 33 years. Award-winning wings, delicious burgers. My personal favorite, the Diablo sandwich. Should be an incredible crowd out tonight. Ice cold beer buckets. Not only that location, the newest right there in Edgewood on the corner of Oxmoor and Broadway. Stop in, see Will Haber and that great staff. It is Odie's Tavern.
From what I'm told out here, Nate Oates is a scratch because of a medical reason. He's not out here playing today. Nothing serious or anything, but something that he had taken care of that prevents him from swinging golf clubs and playing. So Nate Oates is not out here today, but Nate Oates in Alabama continue to make news. And a lot of people in both college basketball and in college football now are jumping on this story. Alabama is one of 7 teams. There'll be 8 teams when it's all said and done, but one of 7 teams that's committed to the Players Era Festival basketball tournament at the MGM out in Las Vegas. We told you about this story what was it, about 2 months ago?
Yeah.
When we told you
Is that-
about this story that Alabama was rumored to be one of the teams in it.
$2 million for the NIL.
$1 million for participating.
That's
guaranteed, and then up to $1 million for winning games
I love
out there.
this.
And there are things that you can do to go out there as players.
Yeah.
They get around it because Las Vegas, the people, the players do events and things while they're out there. They donate that money to the collective. The collective gives it to the players.
I just were there schools that said no to this, do you think?
Well,
because it's getting played up like Alabama has accepted. Like, well, yeah, they did. If I'm asked, I'm 100% accepting here.
Well, I was reading this on The Athletic. Excuse me, it was CBS Sports. Dennis Dodd, one of the reporters on this, said that one athletic director told me, we're always hitting these boosters up for money, money, money. Somebody's going to give us $1 million in the NIL for just showing up and playing a game. Sign us up for that.
To not only a game, but with this field, a game that's going to help your strength of schedule
and you
help your NCAA tournament selection standing. I mean, what is to lose with this?
You know how you know it's good? Because in the next 2 years, already interest, they think they already have signed up to play North Carolina, Duke, and Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd say no.
Yeah, look, I think what it's going to become, I don't think anybody would say no. I think what it will become is the most exclusive invitation out there in college basketball.
Like if I'm Greg Byrne, this is a godsend for me because let's say Nate Oates wants $3 million in NIL. I mean, do you think that's a fair number? $3.5 million?
$3.5 million.
All right, that's a fair number for Nate Oates. So say that's what he wants. Well, now if I'm Greg Byrne, all I got to do is raise $2.5 million and crap. If my team's good enough and goes and wins this thing, I've got a bonus $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, all of a sudden, my coach has just been handed $2 million. I didn't have to go beat the bushes for.
You get 3 great players.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I details still coming out about this, but if I read this correctly, the people on this roster get that money. Like they're getting paid to participate in this. So, like the 13 players that go and play for Alabama, they get that money. They get that $1 million.
Yeah, I mean, I just do not know what's to lose here. If you're Nate Oates, you signed up for this as quickly as you possibly could. And again, give me the field here. You've got the field, don't you?
Alabama, Texas A&M from the SEC.
Tournament team.
Houston.
Great tournament team.
Notre Dame.
Not yet.
Oregon.
Tournament team.
Rutgers.
Not yet.
I wonder if Rutgers, Alabama gets matched up.
Clifford.
Yeah. And San Diego State. Final four teams.
I mean, you got a bunch of tournament teams in there. I mean, that's only going like Houston's going nowhere under Kelvin Sampson, right? That team's still going to be good. San Diego State under Brian Dutcher, they're still going to be a good team. You got a bunch of tournament teams right there. At the end of the season, this is going to really, really, really help your resume.
Yeah. How this maybe impacts football, as I tell you about our friends at Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Leslie and her board-certified team will help you drop some pounds, some weight loss. You know, our buddy Barkley, who's not here today, has lost 100 pounds. You can, maybe you don't want to lose 100. Maybe you want to lose 20 or 30 pounds. You can do that with our friends at Way to Wellness. Your journey to healthy living starts by going to this website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. You can do it healthy. You can do it by just controlling the way you eat. Every plan is designed specifically for you. No cookie cutter plan. No contracts, no sign-up fees. Our buddies from the Meltdown, Melton, and Lunsford are working on this as well. You can too. Check it out. Free consultation, aplanforme.com. Aplanforme.com. It's Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. So when this was announced last night in the 7 teams, football people, including our buddy Brandon Marcello, started jumping in on this. This is the future of bowl games to stay viable.
I agree.
That you sign up and you've got X amount of dollars guaranteed to each team's NIL for the players that play in the game. They get that money.
Okay, so we are old enough to remember, and if you're not our age, you probably don't remember this if you're younger than us. We're old enough to remember how the Fiesta Bowl became a major player. The Fiesta Bowl is now a New Year's Six bowl. They weren't always at that level.
Nope.
The Cotton Bowl was always at that level. The Sugar Bowl was always at the Rose was always. The Fiesta was not.
And the Orange.
Thank you. And the Fiesta was not. And the Fiesta one year decided that they caught a huge break that 2 teams that were not in a conference were going to play for the national championship if it could get matched up, Miami and Penn State. Neither of them had a conference affiliation. And the Fiesta Bowl said, you know what, we can match them up, have a actual national championship game, and we don't have to jump through conference affiliation hoops. Nobody's going guaranteed to go to the Orange or the Cotton out of this group. They can go anywhere they want. So the Fiesta Bowl said, you know what we got? We got money. You know what you got? You got a game to play. Let's match those 2 things up. So they bought the national championship game.
Isn't that when Tostitos came in?
Ooh, maybe so. I
thought it was.
I remember being sun-kissed for some reason. Lance, you remember the sun-kissed drink? But anyway, this is back in the 80s, and it was a genius idea. It put the Fiesta Bowl on the map. It made them a major player because they were able to buy the national championship game. This is the equivalent of that. Why not go like if bowl affiliations don't exist anymore, and let's take the Citrus Bowl, and they're like, all right, the two best teams that are not in the college football playoff, we could potentially match them up for X amount of dollars to their NIL. Why would you not?
Yeah. At that point,
why would you not do that?
we're buying the players. We're buying the teams at that point.
I mean,
which is the way the bowls used to be. They used to bid.
That's right.
They used to go in, and here's our offer to come play in the Sugar Bowl.
It would just go to the athletic department, and then they would spend it on expenses. But why not do it to the NIL, Lance? And then, because I would love this. Let's just drop bowl affiliations. Nobody's affiliated with a bowl anymore, and let the bowls go out and put the matchups together. Pay for the matchups.
Open market.
Open market.
Do you think there's any way you could pay like LSU? Who did they play last year? Purdue?
Yes. Didn't they drill Purdue?
Beat the brakes off of them. Do you think there's a way like Jaden Daniels, you could pay him separately if you're the bowl?
Boy, it's going to have to be a lot.
Because, all the really good players opt out.
It's going to have to be a lot. Now, there are a lot of people that say we talked about this on the show, these employment contracts, air quotes, are going to keep players from opting out of bowl games because it's going to mandate they play in the bowl games. And that's when they're going to get a bad hammy. And, you're not going to force an injured player to play, even if it's an injured player. I don't know what the money would have to be. What do you think you'd have to pay Jaden Daniels, Heisman Trophy winner, guaranteed top 5 pick, to play in a meaningless bowl game?
$500,000.
Oh, you think for that little?
I was going to go $2 million.
Yeah, I think it'd be more than half.
One game.
One game when you're rolling the dice.
Yeah, maybe not.
Tens of millions in draft money.
Or maybe a certain amount of hard cash and an insurance policy. If you get hurt or something.
But it almost gets too complicated at that point. Like how many people, I don't know. I watched that game last year anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it anyway too. And most people do. The bowl game ratings are very high right now. I don't know that is going to keep players from opting out. I'm just saying we would get better bowl games if we let the bowls just bid on them.
Exciting news there for Alabama basketball being a part of that NIL event in Las Vegas. They'll play at the MGM Arena there. They still don't know yet if they'll do 1 8-team bracket or 2 4-team brackets. They're still working out the details, and there's still one more team to be negotiated into that 8-team field. They expect the field to go, if you don't think it's popular, they expect the field by 2026 to be 16 teams.
That's what I was going to ask is if this works, don't you see it expanding? Yeah. Obviously, they already think it is going to expand.
Oh, yeah. 16 teams by 2026, and all the big names are being mentioned in that. I will not give out the details because we were told not to. But if you were at the On to Victory event last night, I don't know if it's leaked out. I haven't seen it anywhere. Auburn basketball had some exciting news for everyone that follows Auburn basketball last night at the On to Victory event here in Birmingham that our little T, Taylor Corn, and Emily Grace were at. We'll save that announcement for them or somebody else there, and we'll react to it when it gets announced. But it's exciting news for Auburn basketball there as well. Still to come on the show. Brian Kelly has reaction or has a thought about the portal. And we've got some national championship odds from FanDuel now this time. So the odds are changing there. LT and I talked about it last night on our specialty show from out in Pell City at Buffalo Wild Wings. Thank you to the fine folks at Lake Fest who had us out there last night. Just a wonderful group of folks. And I had a chance to spend some time, 90 minutes with all of you on our platform. That show is still available for you there. Did want to get to one other non-sports thing right here off the bat. The next roast, you can bet on that now at FanDuel, actually.
So has Netflix said that they're going to do more of these?
Kevin Hart hinted there'd be more to come.
All right.
And we joked last night, maybe they get Giselle to do a rebuttal roast.
That would be funny.
All the stuff. But the betting favorites to be the next roast,
Tom Cruise
with FanDuel. These are all 1, 2, 3.
You think Tom Cruise would take the Scientology jokes in stride?
These are all actually sports figures.
Okay.
Yep.
Peyton Manning?
Peyton Manning's 10-1, not the betting favorite.
Has Barkley been roasted?
Barkley, I don't know if he's been roasted, but he's on the list. LeBron is number 1 at 4-1.
Oh, he couldn't handle it.
Oh, yeah.
He could not handle it.
LeBron, Kevin Durant, thin-skinned guys, I don't think they can handle it.
Barkley and Shaq are 5-1, not together, separately 5-1.
Either one of those could easily handle it. I've seen Shaq in some of the Comedy Central ones already.
But if you're going 3 hours, both of them together.
Oh, phenomenal.
I mean, you could have 2 thrones up there and them setting
phenomenal. And like Kenny and Ernie kind of moderate it or whatever.
6-1 is The Rock.
Oh, that'd be pretty good. I think The Rock could probably handle it.
Yeah.
And you could get some good people with him.
8-1, Michael Strahan and then another 8-1 guy, Travis Kelce. Over under the Taylor Swift jokes if Travis Kelce was getting roasted.
Be exhausting.
Yeah.
And
Manning's 10.
And some of those other ones, like, what do you really say about Peyton? You make fun of his forehead a little bit.
I was going to say the same about Rock. I mean, Rock's he's living a pretty clean life, right?
Yeah. I mean, Barkley would be interesting.
Yeah. Barkley and Shaq together. That would be my vote right there.
LeBron, there's no really, scandalous, debaucherous,
not
whatever.
really. I mean,
but you could just take shots at him, just be critical of him, and he would have a meltdown.
And by the way, you may have missed it, Brownie. Giselle was upset at some of the jokes.
Was she now?
Yeah.
The ex-wife of Tom Brady, who people were making fun of, was upset?
Yeah.
The wife that doesn't still well, I mean, she's got plenty of money. So she was upset.
Yeah.
Brown, I said, you know what? If you don't bang your jiu-jitsu trainer, then, maybe you're not upset about it.
That also took some jokes off the table, by the way, if you didn't do that.
Yeah. Would have been less likely to be a punchline.
You really effed your coach, Mac Jones. You know who else effed their coach? Your wife.
Such a good line.
All right, we're out here. This is the White Claw watering hole right here off of the.
Where's
10th
your
green.
White Claw? Did we get your watermelon?
Hey, real quick, we got this wrong. That's the White Claw watering hole. We're in the Casamigos margarita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's probably on me.
Yeah, so the White Claw watering hole, apparently this signage here says it's the whole thing.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it is.
They got the whole hole.
So the 10th is the White Claw watering hole, huh?
Yeah, and it has different drinks. So we're in the Casamigos.
Yes, we're in the Casamigos portion.
Yeah, the margarita tent right here. This is a pass only, so if you're coming out to see us, you got to have a certain credential to get in here. But I do like that they've closed this off.
Yeah, we were talking about that. It's much safer. Scott's going to absorb all the broken glass if a ball hits it. So I think we're perfectly safe.
Yeah, I sort of like that. And if weather does come, we won't get wet.
Yeah, I want to see a missile. I want to see one of these righties just slice one straight into this to see if it can take it.
As we have discussed, though, before you guys got here, we watched a few. The one year they enclosed it, nobody's come close to hitting it. You know,
all better golfers.
Yeah,
all better golfers. Michelson Laser Vision bringing you the show today. They'll put you behind. Get rid of those protective glasses and never have to worry about them again.
Who's this cat teeing off from your tee, Dunaway?
That's one of the amateurs.
Yeah, that's the
not
amateur.
A pro. The amps play it up.
Oh, so they're supposed to play that too.
Yeah. They play it up a tee.
205-969-8100. Michelson Laser Vision. Again, I got the procedure done more than 2 decades ago. I've still got 2015 vision, better than 2020. Make the phone call today, 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. Ask for the pre-inflation pricing. She is going to hook you up with an absolutely hassle-free consultation, zero to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. Maybe you got a tax refund out there from Uncle Sam. Use it on yourself. Use it for LASIK, 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
I'm surprised this guy wasn't in the odds. Sheaf the Subscriber says a Tiger Woods roast would be legendary.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, the jokes you could make.
Must be off the table.
Yeah, I guess so. I wonder why Tiger wouldn't do it. I mean, I know this relationship with Barkley is strained, and I think with Jordan is strained, according to Barkley.
But Barkley and Jordan would come.
Oh, they would do it in a heartbeat.
Oh,
and they would be phenomenal roasting Tiger.
You know, they were, I guess, labeled enablers when Tiger went through all his stuff.
Yeah, man, he dropped them like a habit.
Well, I want to see what the enablers have on Tiger.
They got the
as Kevin Hart said, I got 2 clips.
What is the was it Hooters waitresses or Denny's? Perkins.
Yeah.
They could have 3 girls dressed as Perkins. Waitresses come out and deliver a few handful of jokes.
Or how about bring one of those girls back? You know, they do it for money. I mean, slinging hash browns, she's probably gonna make $37 today. Give her 3,000, take a couple of weeks off, and come up with all her material.
Hey, this is the Drummond Company Pro-Am that's going on today. You still got time to get out of here. Another set of celebrities tee off at 12 noon, but the golfers will be playing all the way until 1 or 1:30, and then we'll be over in our Coca-Cola area as part of the region's tradition here, doing some interviews that'll be on our platform a little bit later on. Taylor and Rockstar will be going out and doing their 10th tee box conversations like they did last year. So everything you've known and come to love with our platform over the last few years, we're doing it all again this year. And we appreciate you guys downloading, liking, and subscribing. But you can get tickets all weekend long. RegentsTradition.com. RegentsTradition.com. When we come back, we'll hear more from the chat room and a lot more on what's going on in the sports world. This is The Next Round, live from the Regents Tradition.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Birmingham, your Stallions take on former Crimson Tide quarterback A.J. McCarron and the St. Louis Battlehawks on Saturday, May 11th at 3 p.m. It's Braves Day. You get to meet Braves mascot Blooper and get a free custom baseball card. Enjoy the Fan Fest, on-field opportunities for the kids, and elite professional football. Tickets start at just $10. Buy yours today at theufl.com. With only 3 home games left this season, don't miss the chance to cheer on the unbeaten Stallions. Let's pack protective. You got to look your best to play your best, and our friends at Bandwagon can help your team find the perfect uniforms for that upcoming season. Bandwagon is with you every step of the way, from developing your team logo design to choosing from their multitude of samples. You name the sport, they can make it happen. To get your uniform journey started, you can shoot them a message on any social media platform or check out their website, bandwagonsports.com. That's bandwagonsports.com. Next round listeners, it's time to jump on the bandwagon. The wait is over. Tonali has arrived. Beautifully distinctive Italian styling and performance. Come test drive the all-new 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonali plug-in hybrid at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. The all-new Tonali offers best-in-class horsepower and torque, fastest 0 to 60 times in its class, plus best-in-class range with full electric charge. And best of all, qualified Tonali leasees are eligible for up to $7,500 EV tax credit factored into your lease. Hurry down to Alfa Romeo of Birmingham and experience the all-new Tonali.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Spring weather is here, and our friends at Hemp Hill Services are offering a $69 HVAC tune-up plus 10% off any service call when you mention the next round. Call Adam, Chad, and the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Make sure your HVAC unit is ready to keep up with the changing weather. Hemp Hill Services, locally owned and operated independent train dealer. The team can service all makes and models. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, call Hemp Hill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com. That's 205-229-2090, hemphillservices.com.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
We're back with you at the Regions Tradition 2024 edition. Always one of the best events in town. It's as much social as it is sports. We're here at the Casamigos watering hole off of the 10th green and enjoying we're going to give it 62 different names before it's over with.
Yeah, I don't know.
One of them will be right.
I think Margarita Grill, too. I think they're in. Scott's got to check to make it official.
Yeah.
We just need to come up with something and keep it consistent the rest of the show.
Yeah, there is
whatever the actual name is.
The weather's, if the rain holds off, weather's perfect. The sun's not too bright right now. We got a cloud cover that could burn off. Just a wonderful day at the golf course all weekend long, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, regionstradition.com if you want to get tickets. Also, another great event going on this weekend. We had a chance to celebrate it last night. Our friends at Lake Fest, we were over there. They've been talking about they've already given back, Brownie. We were talking last night, over $500,000 to local first responders and other things there in the city of Pell City. So just a wonderful event, and you can still make it out there this weekend on the water at Lake Logan Martin.
Yeah, Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by Amherst this weekend on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. Free admission for the public. Bama's biggest in-water boat show. Over 100 boats and vehicles on display. Vendors, food trucks, live music all weekend, including the Velcro Pygmies concert on Saturday night, fireworks show on Friday night, free mimosas for Mom on Mother's Day on Sunday. For more information, LoganMartinLakeFest.com. That's LoganMartinLakeFest.com. I just ran into our friend Eleanor Estes.
Oh, really? She's here.
CFO, CEO of Redmont Vodka. And so I was just getting the update on Chuck.
Is he good?
Oh, what's the deal?
He is not going to make it today, but he is
okay.
He's okay.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Yeah.
That Chuck was okay. late night last night on TNT. Did you guys talk about the basketball?
We started the show. What do you think, Lance? Nobody's surprised by the Celtics. I think Lance was a little shocked by the margin of victory in the Oak City Dallas game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Chet Holmgren, first full season.
So
Shai Alexander's been just fantastic the last couple of years, an MVP finalist right now. But the way they're defending, I thought it was going to be the Mavericks defense that would be the difference. Luka is struggling with that knee right now. He's shooting. He's just in a slump. And I don't know. The way they dominated that game, it's only game one, but we'll see.
Yeah. Did you see, though, that Jamal Murray did not get a suspension? He is fine,
Yes.
and he will play.
Yeah,
$100,000 fine. I think you were the only one that didn't believe he would get suspended.
And Adam Silver,
and
apparently.
who was right.
You were right. You got that right, everybody.
I did get that right. A little NFL note here that I find interesting. There are still some Tennessee Titan fans here in the Birmingham area. We're really big in Nashville and in parts of Tennessee. So an interesting pickup yesterday in free agent world for the Tennessee Titans. They get Tyler Boyd from Cincinnati. Been very consistent. Not a one receiver, probably not a two receiver, but he usually gives you about 667 yards like he did last year. That's basically what he does every year. Good 3 and/or 4 guy. But let me give you the
big body too. Good red zone guy.
Let me give you the receivers. Now you put Tyler Boyd out there. You got Treylon Burks, who has underdeveloped so far.
They thought he was going to be A.J. Brown. They released A.J. Brown, drafted Treylon Burks, wanted him to be A.J. Brown. They didn't release him. They didn't re-sign A.J. Brown. Treylon Burks was not close to A.J. Brown.
DeAndre Hopkins at the end of his career, but as a 2. And then they bring in Calvin Ridley, who the last 2 years, but specifically last year, put up great numbers.
Who they paid for what they would have had to pay to keep A.J. Brown. So they want him to be A.J. Brown now.
But you lose Derrick Henry, and I got to ask you the big question. Who's your quarterback?
Well, it's Will Levis.
That's the deal. You got 4 receivers that have potential there. How good of a potential does Will Levis have, or anybody else you're going to roll out?
I probably, Lance, saw him play his best game against my team. I think the game he had against the Dolphins on that Monday Night Football, which was a devastating loss for the Dolphins.
In his first start, where he had the 4 touchdown passes, I think all to Hopkins.
Yeah, but that night against the Dolphins, he was fantastic. You've given him all the weapons that he could want. So we're going to know about Will Levis, right? I mean, with this set of receivers, I think that'll tell us everything we need to know.
I mean, is he Jake Locker? Is he Joe Flacco?
Yep. By the end of this season, I think you'll know. I think if the Titans need to address quarterback going into next season, we will absolutely know it by the end of this season.
Last year, the answer was the Atlanta Falcons, but they've addressed that through the draft and with Kirk Cousins. Tell me who's got a worse quarterback situation than the Tennessee Titans. My Buccaneers would have been in a conversation last year, but Baker is better than Will Levis.
Yeah, he is.
Who's got a worse quarterback situation than the Tennessee Titans?
I mean, Seattle's better with Geno Smith.
Yep. I
think everybody in the North, even with rookie quarterbacks.
Yeah. Carolina's is still an unknown. We still don't know about Bryce Young, but boy, it was just such a bad team around him last year.
Yeah, I think Sam Darnold's going to start the year for the Vikings, but I think Sam Darnold's better than Levis.
But eventually
do you
they'll turn
really?
it over to
JJ McCarthy.
JJ,
yeah. So that might be it. I mean, you got an unknown in JJ McCarthy and Sam Darnold. I mean, that's not just phenomenally better. But you're right. I mean, as I start thinking around the league, it is hard for me to think of anybody that's in a worse situation than Tennessee. And I mean,
Denver does not think they are. I mean, there will be people that will say Denver with Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham.
Do you think Zach Wilson is better if it's Zach Wilson that's the starter? So I might go there.
Yeah,
I might go there.
I don't know.
But again, I mean, anybody that's starting a rookie like a Bo Nix, you just don't know yet. I mean, I don't know if Bo Nix is going to be a good NFL quarterback. Could be terrific. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't think I'd feel great with Will Levis as my future.
No, I would not, and I don't think Titans fans do. Nicholas says the Colts.
Well, I mean, if Anthony Richardson's healthy, he's much better.
As much as he played last year, he was really good.
Yeah, I thought he was really good when he played.
Yeah.
We're out here with the wonderful folks with the Regions Tradition watching some of the best golfers ever. Our golf card is still available for you. If you get excited when a golf event comes in this weekend and you want to jump out and play some great courses, we've got 4 courses for $99. That's all. It's $99. You get 4 courses in the card. You're all in for $99, man. It's a big value.
It is tremendous. Cross Creek is on there. The newly renovated historic Woodward Golf Club is on there. Limestone Springs. is on there, and our friends at the Meadows are on there. That is a $247 value for 18 holes in cart at those 4 courses. You get it for $99. The deluxe card for $119 gets you a T-shirt, a koozie. It gets you some stickers. I mean, you got a nice little upgrade there on that T-shirt. People love those Next Round Golf T-shirts. It is all presented by Urology Centers of Alabama, and you can get it right now. NextRound.store. No restrictions, but a limited supply of these. So get it now. NextRound.store for the Next Round Golf card. NextRound.store.
Okay, we definitely need to clarify this because our buddy Andrew from Harvest House, him and his wife came in from Tuscaloosa to specifically see us.
Okay.
And some of the golf.
Yep.
But they thought we were in the White Claw watering hole. You can buy tickets just for that. So they bought tickets for that.
Oh, I feel awful.
And now he's like, damn, what are we going to do? He said, I'm going to try to upgrade to see if we can get where you guys are now. So I didn't know they specifically did like tickets there and here. But if you're, I doubt anybody else is coming to see us.
So this is the Margarita Grill is where we are. Okay. Scott has officially declared
they told us White Claw watering hole.
I know. There was a bit of confusion, and we apologize for that. But if you've bought tickets for the White Claw watering hole, it seems terrific.
Yeah.
It looks like a nice day to be sitting down there watching from behind the 10th tee.
It does. Do you think if well, our whole crew's out on the course now, do you think, Brownie, if you went down there and explained the situation to the fine folks at the
I'm a persuasive guy.
You are with the gate there with your little media pass?
Yeah, my little media pass.
Or we can do like you've done. I've now seen you do 3 times, including the Rose Bowl. LT and I could just give you our media pass. You could walk down and hand it to them and let them walk in.
You've never seen me do that.
I've done it plenty.
Trying to get me banned from future college football playoff games.
When I used to, I was
Talladega,
little turd.
I was on a roll of about 20 SEC straight championship games, and you guys would be up there working in the booth, and I would have the pass out to get into the suite. I mean, it was so easy to do too.
Yeah.
But you're working with volunteers, right?
That's right. I'm a persuasive guy. I could probably sell it.
You probably could. The good old days, the SEC championship.
Oh, I can definitely get them up here, but then when does it stop?
Yeah, that's right. Nobody else asks us. Nobody else asks us.
When does it stop?
Yeah, the good old SEC championship game will never be the same.
Yeah, I don't think it will either. I don't think it will either. We'll talk about that another time as we move through the summer. But thank you for being out here to see us. We apologize for the confusion, but the golf is absolutely good. So too is LT's mental health. He's going to tell us about the Mental Health Minute today, brought to you by our friends at Johnston RV. So many people jumping in the chat last night when you were sharing some stuff about your mental health again.
Well, Brown, I don't necessarily see my therapist, and it's on Zoom, not every month, but I thought this was kind of cool yesterday. 5 minutes into the conversation, we're just talking about the Tom Brady roast and all this stuff, and about 30 minutes in, it's an hour session. I was like, man, I got to roll. I was like, really don't have anything else to say.
Wow.
Yeah.
So an hour ended up being 30 minutes.
Yeah, and it used to be a full hour of a lot of unpacking.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying,
fantastic news.
Yeah, wherever you guys are in life, I mean, May is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Just want to let you know you're not alone on this. According to the World Health Organization, about 4% of the world's population experiences depression. I would have thought it was more. Rate actually increases as you get older. Approximately 280 million people in the world suffer from depression, about 47 million right here in the U.S. Some of the symptoms: feeling depressed and sad, feeling worthless, feeling a lot of guilt, low self-worth, thoughts of death or suicide, difficulty sleeping, especially in the morning, being sleepy during the day, loss of appetite. I've experienced a lot of this stuff. A lot of men don't want to talk about it. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, talk to somebody close to you, and don't be afraid to go alone, or don't be alone. Go talk to your doctor. Very, very important.
We'll see if Brown can answer a trivia question I asked LT last night on our show. Plus, we'll talk some college football. Matt Hayes scheduled to be with us next hour.
At 10:45. Yeah, he'll be there.
10:45. Yep. And Cam from the Velcro Pygmies, maybe.
We're waiting for final confirmation on that, but should be 11:45.
Could be with us at 11:45. If not, we'll try to catch up with him again tomorrow as we continue to support the fine folks at Lake Fest as well. We're at the Regions Tradition on always the great Drummond Company Pro-Am Wednesday. Out on the golf course, Hugh Freeze is there. Riley Green is there. Nick Saban is there. Kalen DeBoer is there. You need to be there too. Regionstradition.com. Regionstradition.com. Back in a moment here at Greystone.
Call the Next Round now at 205-734-0923.
There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events
and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new chicken bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the Bayou, the amazing hand-patty burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Follow Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. The social media team at Next Round Live is dedicated to giving you daily news conferences and practice video from UAB, Alabama, Auburn, and around college football. Follow and compare to the sites you used to visit. You'll also get the latest highlights and news from the Next Round Daily Show. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss a thing. Next Round Live on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. See more at nextroundlive.com.
Birmingham's favorite lawn party returns to Greystone for the Region's Tradition, May 8th through 12th. Watch the legends of the game at Greystone and check out the Celebrity Pro-Am featuring Charles Barkley, Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze, and country superstar Riley Green. Enjoy the fun in the sun at the White Claw Watering Hole and Casamigos Club. And don't miss the food trucks and the Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony. The Region's Tradition. Buy your tickets today.
Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
Hey, you. Summer's here. Time to get hot. And at New Balance Birmingham, that's just what we got. For a summertime vibe, see what's inside. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
The honesty of Brian Kelly, LSU coach, but do we believe him or not? We'll start this hour with that. Back at the Region's Tradition at Greystone in Birmingham, Drummond Company Pro-Am today. A couple of scratches. Charles Barkley not here, Nate Oates not here, both for a variety of reasons, personal reasons that keep them off the course today, but a lot of other celebrities are here, including Auburn assistant Chad Pruitt, who's playing in a group, who just played by us here on number 10.
And from the reports, I did not get to see him swing. From the reports, Chad is spending a lot of time on X's and O's in recruiting. So that's good news for Auburn fans. Chad is still monitoring the transfer portal as we speak.
Yeah, why not? Why not? Very little time to play golf. Our man Roman Harper is out here as well. Roman, a lefty on the golf
Now,
course.
we know from experience Roman works on his game because we've talked to Roman a lot when he's been on the golf course.
Yeah, a couple of good lines from LT that I did not use. We do this. It become a tradition. LT gives me 2 great lines that I'm too scared to use on the first tee coming up before trash a little bit later on. But right now, tell us about our friends at Hemphill as we get going into this Brian Kelly conversation.
Yeah, 205-229-2090. That is the number you need to call. Make sure your AC is ready to keep up with this changing weather. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there, they are going to take care of you. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for home or business. Hemphill Services. Hard to stop a train. HemphillServices.com.
WAFB is the power television station down in Baton Rouge. They did an interview, sit-down interview in the football building with Brian Kelly recently. I saw it yesterday. And Jacques Doucette is the guy who is known by LSU fans for years and years of his great coverage. And Brian Kelly, was asked about, were you happy with what you got in the defensive line, repairing some holes on the defensive side of the ball in the portal? And he said, honestly, no. Honestly, no. Because it turns out that a lot of players want to be bought out of the portal. And we're not into that. We've got a healthy NIL. There are NIL opportunities here for you. It's very healthy, but we're not in the business of buying you out of the portal. If you're not into coming to LSU for us to be able to develop you, to be able to do this, and that, there are great NIL opportunities after you get here. But if you just want money to be bought out of the portal, that's not where we're for. LSU is not the place for you. Do we believe him? Or is he just saying this because he didn't get a couple of guys he wanted here? Because he does sound a lot like what Nick Saban used to say. I think Hugh Freeze has said something like this.
What Nick Saban used to say until Nick Saban's doing the draft, and I cannot remember his name right now, the defensive back out of the MAC.
Lance. Oh, it was the first round guy. It was Quentin Mitchell.
Yeah, Quentin Mitchell. When Mitchell is up and Nick Saban's like, man, this is the number one guy we wanted out of the portal. We just never get him in the portal. And you're like, maybe Nick was a little bit more active in the seedy side of the portal than he wanted everybody to believe, right? I don't believe this. I don't believe this if you're Brian Kelly. Because do you think Alabama – all right, so before we even get into this, can you define for me what you guys think he means by quote-unquote buying out of the portal?
Well, I would imagine – I mean, again, I think Nick Saban said some stuff like this, and I've heard Hugh bounce around something like this. I would assume Dabo Swinney says something like this, and some other coaches, I'm sure. I'm not going to say they're the only ones. Well, but if you're being bought out of the portal, that your only concern is a dollar figure. You're not really interested in what I can do for you, of this or that. It's just I'm getting 1.5 here. I need 1.7 from you, or I'm getting 750 here. I need 850.
But
you're not even going to talk to me about what I can do for you or anything like that.
They've done it. I mean, Oregon State, Omar Spates is the linebacker that came over, actually signed a free agent deal with my Rams. But he was the fifth leading tackler this year. You don't think he just left Oregon State to be like, I want to be an LSU Tiger? I mean, I would assume they gave him some money.
But that's what I'm saying is like if. All right, let's play the other side of it. Let's say little Jim Dunaway Jr. is a stud defensive end. All right,
more stand-up linebacker.
Let's say he's a stand-up linebacker, not going to get that hand in the dirt at all. He's going to play. Never. He's going to play middle. And your son goes into the portal. Your son's playing football at Florida State, and it's just not working out, just not happy. So he's going to go in the portal, and he's talking to LSU. As a father, wouldn't you want him to talk about just the NIL possibilities? Like, if I come to LSU, what do you think I could potentially earn NIL-wise?
But I don't think Brian Kelly is shying away that we are offering NIL money. He says that in the soundbite.
I know.
NIL opportunities are aplenty here at Baton Rouge.
That's right. So, but little Jim Dunaway Jr., you're going to want to know a ballpark figure, are you not?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. But I'm also going to want him to sit down and talk to me as a family.
I get you.
We just turned a couple of defensive linemen who probably wouldn't have gotten drafted.
Yeah.
We turned them into late round draft picks.
Royal Payne is he gets to in the chat what I was laboring to get to there is this about a guarantee? Is this what Brian Kelly doesn't want to do? He doesn't want to say, I don't want to guarantee a kid $8 million or $5 million or $3 million.
I think it's more about, and if I'm reading this wrong, the way I translate this is he doesn't want somebody coming to LSU just for money.
That's right.
He wants more. He wants something to be about the brand that is LSU and what LSU can do for you.
That's right. What LSU can do for you.
But if Jaden Daniels had said, you know what, I can go a lot of places.
Could have got him on the cheap. Did get him on the cheap.
Okay. No, you're right. You're right. When you got Jaden Daniels, he was on the cheap. Give me somebody else. Give me somebody that could hit the portal right now that would be a big deal. Give me a quarterback.
Well, I mean, Dylan Gabriel.
All right.
What did it take to get him from Oklahoma to Oregon?
Yeah, that's all
a lot
saying.
Of money.
That's all I'm saying is you're naturally going to have those conversations. I want to know as a father and as a player, how robust is your NIL, right? Give me an idea. How much did Jaden make? Like if I were a stud quarterback looking to transfer, I've hit the portal. Let's now make Junior Dunaway a quarterback, and he's hitting the portal, and he's like,
can you kind of walk me through what Jaden Daniels had here? I'd like to know how he did in NIL because that's indicative of what my son can do.
But see, I think at that point, then you're talking to me about the money you can make, the development you can make, our facility. You're talking to me about more than just a dollar figure.
Where I don't think guys like Hugh Freeze and Kalen DeBoer and Brian Kelly want to get right now is promising one of those guys. If you come here, we're guaranteeing you $8 million in 2 years. Or if you stay 2 years, we'll guarantee you $8 million. I don't think there are probably some coaches that are willing to get in that conversation because they're just desperate enough to win. Like, I think Billy Napier appeared to be desperate enough to be in that conversation.
I would love
a
multi-year commitment, though. I mean, a guy jumping here for a year, then jumping there. Like, Dylan Gabriel at least gives you 2 years.
So, like, we'll give you 2 the first year, 4 it's a $6 million deal, but it's going to be 2 year 1 and 4 year 2.
Here's from Jock. Just a snippet. He says, quote, "It hasn't," this is Brian Kelly, asked about how the defensive line recruiting has gone. Quote, "It hasn't fared very well, quite frankly, because we are selling something a little bit differently. We are not in the market of buying players," end quote, from Brian Kelly.
Well, then if it's not going well, are you going to change your strategy? That would be my question.
Yeah, my question would be too. So you go from winning the West in year 1, and that was a good LSU team. It wasn't a great LSU team. And then you go 10-3. It was a great offense last year.
Yeah, not a good defense.
But if you pull a 9-3 or an 8-4 this year, if I'm an LSU fan, I'm like, I think your philosophy might need to change.
I'm just saying, Jim, if you know you need defensive linemen and you say it hasn't gone well because of our strategy, I mean, do you change strategies? Or are you going to be stubborn and say, this is the way I believe, so this is the way I'm going to approach it? And if that's the way, I don't know. I don't know what changes.
He goes a half hour with him, but they're sitting in an LSU team meeting room. And Brian Kelly says, when you're making those decisions, I have to factor in everybody who's sitting in these seats, right? And he says that the danger of high-priced college ball free agents, including its impact on current players like his offensive line, what about them? I've got offensive linemen that I've got to worry about. I've got other players that if I get into buying and promising these guys players, what about the other players on the roster? And
some players are worth more, though.
It's an interesting interview. You can see it with WAFB there with Jock down there.
Yeah, I just think the thing that jumped out at me is that if you say our recruiting has not gone well and here's why, how much of that are you willing to compromise on if you're Brian Kelly?
A question for Ryan Brown after LT tells us about Hydra Live. It's a weird scene right now. Scott is shooting a video of it. Maybe we'll send it out later. But Taylor Korn and Rockstar are walking the fairway here at 10 with the first female Secretary of Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense.
I'm going to say Rockstar is going to need to ask this question.
Yeah. Here we go. Rockstar has fought Condoleezza Rice. They've chased her all the way up the fairway. Scott has got video of this chase. And I
think
she's a very nice lady, though.
She is a tremendous lady. I think she just said, I'd rather the woman interview me instead of you, Rockstar.
Not the guy with the hat on backwards.
Yeah. I hope he gets her sent. She probably should have a launch quote.
I mean, Rockstar does look like he's part of the Monday Night Football crew.
Yeah. Busting with Rockstar there. Yeah. Really, really a good chance to get some good content. You'll see Little T and Rockstar send all the stuff they have from the 10th fairway out here today.
So as it gets hotter and hotter, you got to stay hydrated. Our friends at Hydra Life Therapy, they're going to make sure, not only that, they've got so many options for you. It's IV therapy, B12 injections, cryotherapy, and compression therapy all under one roof. You can boost your immune system with our friends at Hydra Life Therapy. IV therapy treatments are packed with nutrients to increase energy, reduce stress and anxiety, boost your immune system, and much more. And how about a membership? Members are rewarded with deep discounts. Save up to 50% off all regular pricing for all services, plus receive one free IV bag per month. While the impressive savings and benefit members receive, you recoup the IV membership fee in just one visit. 2 locations, 119 in Greystone and Homewood. For more information, HydraLifeTherapy.com. And make sure you mention the next round, 20% off from our friends at Hydra Life Therapy.
We'll have to get confirmation. I don't know if Rockstar had said, hey, last question. But he asked a question, she answered, and immediately started the walk before the wrap-up. I don't know if that was the I am out or if he had already told her, hey, this is the last question.
I saw the same thing. I was going to say, it looked like it was cut off
abruptly.
Yeah, but now he could have said, "Hey, last question," and she's going to.
And then, but she did have to go hit her ball on the green up here at number 10 off the tee.
Way too nice to shut him down.
Yeah, I mean, she is a very nice lady, so I don't know.
But Taylor was laughing hysterically afterwards, so maybe it was a funny answer from her, and she walked it off. That is Condoleezza Rice. Here's the trivia question. LT missed it last night. You get a chance to steal the answer here in our game show. 4 schools.
Ballfit 205 says, "I will guarantee you, Condoleezza Rice has a lot of dead people at her cell phone."
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's pretty good.
If Rockstar asked that one, she's like, "How much time you got?"
All the Usamas and Bens and all those, right?
Yeah. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
4 teams on the FBS and the FCS level that did not bring in one person from the transfer portal.
Oh, God.
4 teams. Here they are. I'll give you 3.
Because you would normally say Vandy, but they went and got the New Mexico State quarterback.
I'll give you 3. You got to give me the 4th one.
Okay.
Army, Navy, Air Force.
Army, Navy, Air Force are obvious. Coast Guard does not have a team, nor does the Space Force.
But I joked last night. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
What was your original question?
This was the question.
Yeah, I know.
It was the 4 teams that have not picked up anybody out of the transfer portal. In the FBS, FCS, he has to answer it.
Yeah, FBS and FCS, you said.
Yeah.
So since you throw in FCS, I mean, are you trying to throw me off the scent by throwing in FCS? Just tell me, is it?
He threw me off the scent.
I'm just giving you the fact.
Because I would have, because he went Army, Navy,
Air Force.
And so when he threw in FCS.
Yeah, you went with an FCS school.
I went with the Citadel because I was just thinking.
That is a military school. That is not who it is.
So I think that's why he misled me.
Since you brought this up, it's going to be a school that I'm like, oh, my God, they brought nobody in from the portal?
Well, you really won't after you say it.
Okay, say it.
Clemson.
What's he doing?
I that was LT's same reaction.
Yeah,
Army, Navy, Air Force, and Clemson.
Yeah, and I saw Dabo over the weekend. He told me to tell you guys hello. Still as jovial and jubilant as ever. Tells me he doesn't follow what Lance says about him a lot because he said, "Tell Jim and Lance I said hello." I said, "I'll do that, Coach." And I'm like, "Coach, clearly not listening on the rag."
Because he's got a lot of money and he's got 2 rings.
Yeah, I don't. You cannot win at a high level. Do you know how incredible you would have to be at talent evaluation and recruiting, and how robust your own NIL would have to be to win by never bringing anybody in out of the portal?
Yeah, I think like Nick Saban could have done it at a top 10. I don't know how many championships,
but he didn't. I mean, Nick Saban,
he brought in guys.
They don't play for a national championship. They didn't win it because he got hurt. But they don't play for it without Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
They do not play for a national championship without that guy.
I mean, it wasn't the portal. It was an old school way back in the day, but Terrence Cody came from a junior college.
Jake Coker, transferred in. They don't win a national championship without Jake Coker.
Yep.
He was the reason they won the 2015 national championship. I mean, it was Nick Saban is the model for modern day college football, and he was all about bringing guys in out of the portal. Again, he told you that on the NFL draft when he's like, we were aware of this guy playing football in the MAC. We wanted him in the portal. He never would jump in the portal.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I got a couple more college football facts I'll get to in just a second, but interesting stuff from Brian Kelly there. I don't know if you're paying attention, but one thing is happening in the WNBA. And Brown, you take us back to Tiger Woods. And when Tiger Woods really blew up on the PGA Golf Tour, since we're at this event at Regents Tradition, what started to change a lot?
The purses.
The purses changed.
Well, the TV. Well, first of all, the TV contracts changed, and then once they changed, they were able to pay more in purses
because of projecting new income in the WNBA with new TV contracts and ticket sales and things like that. For the first time ever, every WNBA team on every road trip will have chartered flights for the first time ever. No more.
Let's lose more money.
No more commercials.
Yeah.
No more commercial flights. Nothing else. It is chartered flight, just like the NBA guys.
Yeah. First of all, so they weren't busing. I mean, they were flying commercial, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the deal. I could see this happening like in your next TV deal, like the Caitlin Clark TV deal. So they're not even getting the Caitlin Clark. Like if there is a bump, Lance, in TV viewership, they'll get a better TV deal out of it.
Well, it's impossible not to get a bump.
And in the event that happens, I could see maybe you make this move. Then I'm with Lance.
This model's not sustainable.
It is a weird time to make it now. Well, it is sustainable because it's a league that is being supplemented by the NBA.
Well, yeah.
That may not be sustainable because the NBA is in their own media rights deal. And if they don't get the type of money they need out of that deal, who knows, right? Who knows what happens next?
That's right.
So I don't know. I'm with Lance. This is just weird timing to do it. Like, I would almost say, hey, we know this needs addressed. Get us to the next media deal. We think Caitlin's going to be a boom for this league. And then once we get more money, we'll do it then.
I would imagine there's more advertisers that have already jumped on anyway, so they can, whether sponsorships on the jerseys or whatever, more money coming on in. But chartered flights now, which we all know, it's an easier life.
Yeah. You think?
It's an easier life. So some teams occasionally jumped on the charter flights before, but every team, every road trip, everything now is a chartered flight. All right, much more, including a couple of I find interesting facts about college football. 2 SEC teams. One of their coaches is here today playing. We'll talk about Kirby Smart in a second. Tell us about Dr. B. We'll also get to 4 Downs coming up before Matt Hayes this hour.
Yeah, for more information, t3hair.net. Ryan Brown over there just saw Dr. Beckstein just a couple of weeks ago. I went and saw him almost 3 years ago. Since that first consultation, my hair has more than doubled in thickness. For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. B for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. He will use that experience, his advanced training, genetic testing, to help his patients fully understand the procedures they are considering. Call Dr. B and his staff today, 205-319-0316. Again, I'm doing the non-invasive treatment 3 times a week, 30 minutes each time. That is it. My hair is more than doubled in thickness. For more information, call, schedule the consultation, 205-319-0316 or t3hair.net.
Trent Dilfer is about to hit his shot here on number 10 to UAB coach.
Shatter the glass, Trent.
2 questions. You think it's on the green?
Yeah, Trent's a good player.
Yeah.
He is a member of a very prestigious golf course in California, the Cal Club.
Yeah, I think he plays a lot.
No, Trent can play.
Into the wind. I think he's going to come up short.
No, Trent.
No, he's got it. He's on the top shelf.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
is
a good
he
shot.
really?
No, Trent's a good player, man.
Yeah. Do you know Trent's middle name?
I do not know Trent Dilfer's
I would
middle name.
say Edward.
It is not Edward. I said Trent, middle name, fitting for a guy who took his day off today to come out here and play golf. Please welcome Trent Ferris Dilfer.
Ferris. That's got to be a family name, right?
He said nobody's ever called me that in my life.
I've only known one Ferris in my entire life.
Ferris Bueller.
No, I knew an actual Ferris.
Yeah, I only know
and it was
Ferris.
before Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only Ferris I've ever known.
Trent Dilfer, a Super Bowl champion.
Boy, he's trimmed down too, by the way.
Is about to chit-chat with a rock star, maybe.
Yep.
And is that our friend Lyndon Blake out there?
Yeah.
I thought she was playing, but she did not go off the tee box with him. I didn't get a chance to announce her today. I had funny lines I was going to say about her.
Oh, you're good. You're good material.
Save him.
It's all left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. We're back in a moment. Regions Tradition Pro-Am Day right here on TNR.
Everything Alabama, all the time. Subscribe and set alerts at Roll Tide Pods on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts.
Things fall apart. There's even a book about it, but that doesn't mean you have to break the bank to fix them. Ryan Brown here for the next round. Our friends at Mortgage Right have a new renovation option that will make repairs and other home improvements easy. If you've recently purchased a home and find yourself short on cash, or you're looking to buy a fixer-upper, Mortgage Right's renovation loan program can help you spruce up your space. Repairs can be made to your roof, plumbing, flooring, and more with the help of top-notch mortgage professionals. So get your fix by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender. There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries, to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new Chicken Bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the Bayou, the amazing hand-patted burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst coming up May 12th through the 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. Free public admission. It's Bama's biggest in-water boat show. Over 100 boats and vehicles on display. Vendors, food trucks, live music all weekend long. Fireworks show on Friday night. How about this? Free Velcro Pygmies concert coming up on Saturday. Mother's Day is Sunday. They're going to take care of mom with free mimosas all day on Sunday. For more information for this incredible event, go online, loganmartinlakefest.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Back with you at the Regions Tradition Pro-Am. Drummond Company brings you this every year. RegionsTradition.com. You can get tickets anytime throughout the weekend right there. RegionsTradition.com. Pro-Am today, throughout the day. Then tomorrow, round one. It's a major. So we end up going 4 rounds, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here at the Regions Tradition. It's a great event. It's been going on since 1992. In the area. Very successful. Was the Bruno Memorial Classic turned into the Regions Tradition, and it is a major on the senior tour. And we enjoy being a part of it every year. And we enjoy our friends at JohnsonRVCenter.com as well. As you start to jump out and enjoy your summer, Johnson RV Center can take you around America.
They absolutely can. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online, JohnstonRVCenter.com. On both of those lots, they have repriced every single thing on the lot, and they are so confident that they've got the best pricing anywhere in America. They will beat any price in America. All you do is bring them a price on a comparable RV. They will beat that price anywhere in America at Johnston RV. And RV Warranty Forever gives you that lifetime warranty on anything new and under 2 years used, any qualifying used or anything new, a lifetime warranty. RV Warranty Forever. Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online at johnstonrvcenter.com.
I haven't had any breakfast, no coffee, nothing. So I figured I'd hit a margarita real quick.
That'll probably on an empty stomach be great for you. John Rothstein covers college basketball.
Okay, I like him.
You do?
Yep.
He kind of does those weird shirts. I know a lot of people like him. I think they're kind of hokey, but he makes good money off of them, I think.
Yeah. We would do it if we could make
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I wish I had the idea. Alabama and Illinois working to finalize an agreement to play next December in Birmingham.
Oh, wow. What a big matchup that would be. Illinois every year is a really good team.
That is according to multiple sources. And he says there will be a return game to the United Center in Chicago during the 25-26 season. So December 2024 in Birmingham, December 2025 potentially in the United Center.
Do you think this will be the quote-unquote CM Newton?
I would guess that is the case. I don't know that, but that's the game Alabama annually plays and frequently loses in Birmingham. So that would be a good get. I mean, I hate to say that, but Alabama fans know it.
Yeah, they do struggle with that Birmingham game. LT's about to jump back in with us, and we'll get his reaction to this. Brown is just now reporting.
Brown's not reporting. John
Rothstein's reporting. Brown's
reading John Rothstein's report
that Alabama and Illinois are working on a 2-year contract. First game this December in Birmingham.
Oh, wow.
Return game at United Center in Chicago. That Illinois team's always good, right?
Yeah, I mean, Brad Underwood, I think, had him as a 1 or a 2 seed 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah, they were right in the mix this year.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were going to make a deep run with Terrence Shannon Jr., but he's a heck of a coach, really good program, and I don't know. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I never remember watching Illinois, Alabama ever play.
Yeah, I can't think of a time they've played. Perhaps they have. It just doesn't jump out to me. But of those CM Newton games, if this is the CM Newton Classic in Birmingham, and I'll try to confirm that, Dunaway, Alabama has played Gonzaga, which is a good one.
Yeah,
they were
good.
scheduled to play Colorado State, and that fell apart. Remember, they ended up having played Davidson.
They lost.
Texas
and lost. This would be, I mean, Gonzaga was really, really good, but this Illinois team, where Brad Underwood has them right now, will be one of the best ones.
They did play Texas, though, right? Wasn't that like 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, that was a few years ago. Yeah, you're right. They did.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is a 2-year deal like the Gonzaga deal,
yeah,
and really home court advantage, but not really. It's not on campus, but it's in a fan base that you will struggle. You know, it'll be an Alabama crowd for the Illinois folks, and then, you know, it would be an Illinois crowd up in Chicago.
Yeah.
So I like these.
It's good get.
I like these type of games.
That'd be more fun for Alabama fans to go to Champaign, because that seems like, you know, as a lot of big fans on top of it.
Yeah. United Center wouldn't be bad, but Champaign would be a lot better, that college atmosphere.
Is Auburn coach Hugh Freeze?
This is his group, yeah.
Is this him on the tee box
This is,
right now?
This is Coach Hugh Freeze, yeah. Yep. Coach Freeze can play some golf now. This guy's a good athlete. Like, I'm going to break down his golf swing here. Good athlete, knows what he's doing with the golf clubs. There was a long time Steve Spurrier was now Hugh's got a weird hitch on the top of his swing.
Does.
But he delivers it, man. He delivers the club. He delivers the club right back where it's supposed to go.
That's the second best shot I've seen today that I paid attention to. The other one being Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Coach Freeze can play, and Rockstar's about to interview him.
He got a lot of fist bumps.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll be by the way, Hugh was very nice to our crew last night at the On to Victory NIL event that was going on here in town. He played a little golf yesterday. Then he went to that On to Victory event downtown. And Taylor was like, guys, the nicest guy in the world to us. So he always is taking care of the next round there. And we appreciate him so much. We'll get to Four Downs. It's brought to you by our friends at Slice. Slice Pizza, great locations, 5 of them in town. LT's got the Four Downs for us. Tell us about Slice, Bert.
Yeah, Lakeview, Vestavia, Montevallo, Crestline Park, the newest location in Edgewood. Stop in, see the Bajaya brothers, get a slice, get a salad, local pizza, local ingredients from the Bajaya special, all the way to the Wing and the Prayer, the Hot Mama. You're going to absolutely love it. For more information, slicebirmingham.com.
First down.
Who wins a playoff game first? Justin Herbert or Lane Kiffin?
You know, I was adding the North Carolina thing to our stake bets last night, and I forget, we have a who wins a playoff game first. Couple of those out there. That's a good one. Justin Herbert or Lane Kiffin?
I think I will go Lane Kiffin. I'm going to take Lane Kiffin and, getting one of those road games as like a 10 seed, SEC power coming through. I'll go Lane Kiffin over Justin Herbert.
I'm going to go the other way.
I am too.
I'm going to go Justin Herbert this year. We'll talk about those playoff odds, championship odds, national championship odds a little bit later on. But one thing that is trending up, despite what Brian Kelly says about his defensive line, is LSU.
Yeah.
So will Ole Miss even make the playoffs this year? LSU may be the reason why they do or they don't. So I'm going to go Justin Herbert. I hate to say this. I feel like Jim Harbaugh is going to do a heck of a job with the Chargers.
Well, I mean, but making the playoffs hasn't necessarily been Herbert's problem. It's advancing once he gets there that has been really tough on him. But I mean, it's a great question. I'm gonna take Lane Kiffin though.
Second down.
We just saw him on the tee box, but what happens first? Hugh Freeze takes Auburn to the playoffs, or your boy Tua takes Miami to an AFC championship game?
Nick Saban played out here with Tua yesterday.
I think I would have to go. Oh boy, I mean, when you ask me Tua and Dolphins questions, it is so hard for me to be.
Okay, well then I will defer to Dunaway first. So Hugh Freeze takes Auburn to a playoff, or Tua wins multiple games and goes to an AFC championship game.
Well, sometimes you only have to win one, right?
To get to an AFC championship game, now that requires you to be
home field.
That requires you to be a 1 seed.
Yeah. This Miami team is I don't know why they're getting so disrespected.
I really don't either, and I'm glad to hear you say that because I can't be objective about it. I get that.
Well, it's not being disrespected, but they just hadn't done anything.
Well, they lost. Well, they lost on the road, below 0 wind chill to the team that won the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, and they led the league in offense. They've only made that offensive weaponry better.
Yeah.
The defense isn't that horrible. I don't know why they're getting we're assuming Buffalo is going to stay where Buffalo is. We're assuming Aaron Rodgers is going to be upright, healthy, and that's going to work. So that makes that division difficult.
Just the AFC is that good. And I would just ask, when's the last time Miami did anything in the postseason?
I know, but you cannot project the future by looking at history.
1998.
I will take Hugh Freeze and taking Auburn if you want to do it for a stake.
I'll do it for a stake. I'll take Tua getting to an AFC championship game before Auburn wins a playoff game.
Before they get to the playoff.
Make the playoff.
Yep.
They don't have to win a game.
Right.
They just have to make it. Okay. I'll still take Miami.
Third down.
I do hate that. Yes, I hate that.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks, Lance.
D'Amico Ryans goes to an AFC championship game, or Kalen DeBoer wins a national championship. What happens first? D'Amico Ryans takes the Texans to an AFC championship game, or Kalen DeBoer wins a national championship.
D'Amico Ryans is my answer here. I mean, you look at power ratings right now, and they're slotting in anywhere from 4 to 6. The Texans, and that of course is counting on C.J. Stroud being as good his sophomore year as he was his first year.
Where's Alabama slotting?
They're sliding about 4 to 6.
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah, but you tell me there's a glass ceiling right below Georgia and Ohio State. That Alabama or nobody else can break through Georgia and Ohio State.
Yeah, no, I think Alabama could. I mean, I've said it before. Alabama would not shock me. It's not going to shock me if Alabama goes 9-3, but it's not going to shock me if they go 11-1 and ultimately win a national championship this year.
So you just can't be shocked.
Oh, I can be shocked. If they go 6-6,
put your finger in that.
They go undefeated and completely dominate everybody on the schedule. Yeah, I could be shocked. But I would go Kalen DeBoer here.
I'm gonna say that the Texans just get to it. They don't have to win the AFC championship game.
Right.
Just get to the AFC championship game. Heck, I think they should have made it last year.
I mean, they weren't terribly far off.
And I think
I don't disagree.
I think they're getting better in the offseason.
Yeah, they have. But there's something in the NFL about when you are the surprise team. That next year is just so hard to follow it up, Lance.
You notice Dunaway's drinking before I am?
Yeah, margarita. And he said he hasn't even eaten anything today.
You know why I did this?
Why?
Just
you haven't eaten?
Just for the damn
drink.
The damn chat room will just assume that you're going to be the first one to have a drink.
Oh, okay,
you're going to be
you.
this. So I was just like, hey, so curveball.
Jim did it for the team as well.
Brown threw a 2 down between his legs. He went 2.
2, and you threw the curve.
And he shook it 2, shake. I was like, I'll throw it. I nodded yes, and I said, I'll take a margarita.
Let's do 4th down.
Here's what I've not had: a coffee, a water, anything to eat, nothing. It's my first thing to go in my body since I got home last night.
We'll be dragging him home, Lance. We'll have to call him a car.
Have we hit 4th
down?
4th down.
4th down.
This might take a little bit of, figuring this out. But moving forward, more Scotty Scheffler major championships or current SEC coaches win national championships.
So Scotty Scheffler majors for the rest of his career are current SEC coaches that win a national
Like I would put Scheffler's majors moving forward at 3.5.
I'm a little buzzed halfway through this.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You guys are drunk on thinking Scotty Scheffler is going to continue to churn these out like a Pez dispenser.
Listen to this guy.
I mean, Scotty Scheffler is what, 27?
Tiger Woods just did an interview and they asked him about Scotty Scheffler.
He's got 15 more good years if he stays healthy.
And Tiger Woods, do you trust Tiger's opinion? Said when the guy putts well, he's unbeatable.
Yeah, he is.
When he putts average, he's probably going to win, and when he putts bad, he's in contention.
Yeah.
Do you know how good that means?
I think what's the most inconsistent thing in golf?
That's what Tiger's saying, though, is even putting bad, he's in contention. All he's got to do is putt average.
I'm just saying, I think minimum he's going to play in his prime 60 more majors.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put a number at 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him.
Oh, your boy Kirby?
Yeah.
I will say.
How many current SEC coaches moving forward will win national championships with their schools?
That's what I was going to say.
Kirby.
I think Kirby could win. Kirby will win another one.
Guy just walked in.
I still think Brian Kelly will win another.
Wait, and you can go multiple on these too.
Yeah. I still think Brian Kelly will.
I think Kirby's got 2 more. I think Brian Kelly's got 1. That's 3. I think DeBoer's got 1. That's 4.
Yeah, I can't eliminate DeBoer. Now, who are your wild cards?
Was Sarkisian win 1?
I mean, I
think
see
he
it.
will.
It's going to make me wrong about him, but I can see it.
I think he will.
Yeah. So I mean, I think you have 4, 5, 6. That's a lot of majors for Scheffler. I think I'll go current SEC coaches.
I think I would go Scheffler. He shot Rockstar down.
Did he blow him off?
Yeah.
Well, he may be going to sign autographs, take something back to the car.
Oh, he may have blown him off.
No, Kirby would not blow off Rockstar.
Let's see if he comes back.
Yeah.
No, he is coming back.
He's
putting something in the cart.
Oh, no, he just put something in the cart, got him a snack.
Yeah.
He's not going to blow off Rockstar. Kirby ain't gotten that big. He's going to blow off Rockstar.
5 locations, our friends at Slice. The newest location in Edgewood, created by the late Jeff Bajalia. His brothers, Jason and Chris, continue to celebrate his legacy. Get in to one of those great locations, lunch or dinner. For more information, slicebirmingham.com.
I will tell you this. I'm going to try to say this
in as nice a way as possible.
Well, it's not
which means you're about to destroy somebody.
I fluctuate weight tremendously.
Not more than Kirby Smart, though, you think, huh?
But Kirby Smart seems to do it a lot.
Why don't you save it when we got him at the
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, but am I wrong?
What's going on? What?
It just seems like by the time we get to the start of football season,
I always view him as a retired defensive back.
It just seems like by the time we get to the start of football season, he's in great shape.
No, I think he's more stressed out. A lot of people don't eat.
Yeah, I mean,
they are stressed out.
Yeah, I don't see, Jim, with the schedule these college football coaches have to keep now, how they ever are able to stay in shape.
Well, I had 1 meal yesterday.
Like, how do they get a lift in? How do they get a run in?
No, what I would think, I mean, they've got the facilities. You can get on a treadmill.
They do.
And you can be watching film right there.
Yeah, or you can believe I'm not as efficient doing that, so I'm going to go watch film instead of working out. And that's how you get in trouble right there. Yeah. Yep.
I love me some Kirby Smart. I mean, look at this gallery that's following him around. You guys can't see it, obviously, on our camera shot, but it's a big gallery. He may have – I think his gallery is bigger than Kalen DeBoer and Hugh Freeze's today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think only Nick Saban has a bigger gallery out here today.
Yeah, outside of Saban, that is the worst shot I've seen yet. Wish he had put a little air on it because we might have gotten some glass. The second most accomplished person out here playing in the Pro-Am, Kirby Smart. I mean, I would have said Barkley would have been more accomplished.
Kirby's one of those guys on a par 3. Are you that guy, Brown? I always use a tee.
Yeah,
but it's not teed up a lot.
I use a tee too.
It's not teed up a lot. He just changed clubs too.
Yeah, you
He's
should always
thinking this.
Yeah.
Oh, would you love for him to break glass?
If Kirby did it, he wouldn't.
He looks like he's lined up right at me too.
He wouldn't even come up here and look for the golf.
So he's going to draw it.
Yeah. Wouldn't even come up here and look for the golf.
He went too far.
I think he's too far right.
He's way over. He is way over.
That's not going to be bad. He's
going
to par that.
See the green?
Yep.
I can't even see the green.
Yep.
He knocked the crap out of it into this gusting wind.
It looked like he went about 15 feet to the right and about 10 feet deep.
God, you're really good.
So I think he's got about a 15-yard putt.
Show today being brought to you by the Golf Cart, Brownie. Tell us about that again.
Yeah, 4 great Birmingham locations. You got the folks up at Limestone Springs. You got Cross Creek. You got the Meadows and the newly renovated historic Woodward Golf Club. You can play all of those for one great low price of just $99. That's 18 holes at cart for just $99 at those 4 courses. NextRound.store. It's all presented by Urology Centers of Alabama. Don't forget the deluxe card, which gets you a T-shirt, a koozie, stickers. It's an exclusive Next Round golf T-shirt as well. All of that right there at NextRound.store. That is NextRound.store. It's presented by Urology Centers of Alabama. It is available for a limited time, and there are no restrictions. So get yours now. NextRound.store. That is NextRound.store.
You know, you may ask, why does Kirby keep coming back to this event over and over and over and over?
Recruiting.
It's because he is the regional spokesperson for Regions.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, he is the top spokesperson for Regions.
Well, there you go. Smart on their part.
That's what he's like, why am I doing this again?
I said recruiting because I assume he does everything for recruiting.
I would have said that too.
Recruiting angle. Yep.
He is doing the interview with Rockstar right now. He stopped for that. And he is swinging his golf clubs now as Rockstar asks him another question. So it makes it look like he's not happy with the questions. I hope he says, and you tell Dunaway, bazillion is a wonderful, wonderful thing on a check.
Yeah, I'd take it.
I'd love to be making $1 bazillion like Kirby Smart is. All right, here's my facts on Kirby Smart, okay? See if this blows your way. This is how good this guy is. We forget how good he is. Since Alabama last won the national championship, beating Ohio State in 2020, Kirby Smart is 42-2.
That's impressive. Insane. I know what the 2 are, though.
What are the 2, Brownie?
They'd both be losses to Alabama. and they would both be in the SEC championship game.
Hey, Kirby's in his own cart today, too.
Of course he is.
42-2.
It's ridiculous.
Impressive, yep.
And again, a complete shame they weren't in the college football playoff this year.
42-2. The only loss
I think they would have won it
in a bonus game, the SEC championship game, to the greatest coach of all time in Nick Saban. I don't know what the limit is for Kirby Smart. Let's talk about that when we come back on the show. That's being brought to you by our friends at Gutter Cap. What does Kirby Smart's resume look like when he is done? That's our next topic on the show. Matt Hayes scheduled to be with us, and then we'll get to that in the 11 o'clock hour. Gutter cap will get on your roof right there. One more time, clean those gutters and then cap them.
Yeah, talked to our buddy Chris Stewart yesterday. Absolute great guy. But you can call right now, get the free estimate, 45% off the retail price for gutter cap. Never clean the gutters again. It's a dirty, dangerous job. You get on the roof, you slip, you fall, you snap the neck and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212. 45% off the retail price. For more information, guttercapbirmingham.com.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at nextroundlive.com.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from The Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
The wait is over. Tonali has arrived. Beautifully distinctive Italian styling and performance. Come test drive the all-new 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonali plug-in hybrid at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. The all-new Tonali offers best-in-class horsepower and torque, fastest 0 to 60 times in its class, plus best-in-class range with full electric charge. And best of all, qualified Tonali leasees are eligible for up to $7,500 EV tax credit factored into your lease. Hurry down to Alfa Romeo of Birmingham and experience the all-new Tonali.
Every day, someone is ridiculed and mocked for the clothing they chose to wear. It's a harsh reality we all must face. But you have the chance to change all of that with one visit to nextround.store. For just a few minutes of browsing, you will observe so many clothing options, from hats to hoodies to t-shirts. Please, for yourself or someone you love, go to nextround.store and embrace the warmth of true attire.
Tommy Tuberville, the Senators, on the next tee box here. After we've seen Kirby and Hugh roll through, the Alabama golfers are after this. Wait till you see Riley Green.
Can he swing it?
He can.
How long is his mullet?
It's long. He's got a big, thick mustache and a little 5 o'clock shadow growth going. And I promise you, the number of 20 to 35-year-old women that walked up to the first tee as he walked up was, I mean, you see the gallery here. If I say 30, that's John Daly, by the way.
Of course it is. The guy with the untucked shirt and the loud shorts.
Yep.
You had to tell me that was John Daly.
By the way, this will not shock you.
Yeah.
Daly did not go to the driving range before
No,
the
he
first
didn't the day I played with him.
Yeah, he showed up and says, "Is it our turn?"
Yep.
And I said, "Yes, sir, it is your turn." And he walked out there, and he was like, he took a big swing at it, and then turned around. Where'd that one land? And I said, "It has not come down yet."
That's the John Daly experience.
He gives no is Taylor Hicks with him? I have not seen Taylor Hicks today.
Tyler, let me know. Is Matt Hayes up with us now? He is there. Let's go to Matt Hayes. You hear him on Jacksonville Sports Radio. Read him on Saturday in the South. He's covered college football for a very long time. Matt, we come to you live for the Margarita Grill 10 on the 10th green at the Regions Tradition, where you're seeing a lot of SEC coaches come through here. Hugh Freeze, Kalen DeBoer, Kirby Smart just played through. Hope you're doing well today, Matt. How are things in Jacksonville?
Doing great. How y'all doing?
Man, we're doing awesome. Thanks a lot. I want to start with a guy in your backyard with Billy Napier. We were discussing this. Looking at the last, basically from the cocktail party on, that schedule that Florida faces is an incredibly daunting schedule. What is the temperature of the Florida fan right now as they look at what Napier has done and look ahead at how difficult that schedule is this season?
Of the Florida fans, I would say they're nervous. They're nervous as hell. As Billy Napier, I think he's very confident. And, he has to be. I mean, this is his roster now. It's his guys. He's recruited them. He's got them from the portal. You look at Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State. That is not an easy run right there. The way you look at it, and Spurrier say this all the time, when somebody would ask him about his schedule, he'd say, worry. Why would I be worried? They got to play up. And I think that's the attitude you have to take. Now, does Florida have the talent? Do they have the bodies to take that kind of attitude? I don't think so, but that's where they're at. They're very confident. But honestly, I'll tell you this. I was working the other night and the Florida spring game was on in background noise. And I turned around and watched it. And, at the end of the season, the national championship game, when the game's over and the confetti's flying, they bring the stage out and the national championship team gets on the stage and you look up and, man, those are dudes. Those are grown men on that stage. And I'm looking at that Florida roster during that spring game. I'm thinking, those are not grown men. That's going to be a problem, especially on the lines of scrimmage. And I think that's where the problem's going to be.
I'll ask you this. Are you tired yet? We're only in May. Are you tired yet of answering questions about Billy Napier's future?
Well, it's my first question. I didn't necessarily word it that way, though.
Well, I'm just saying. I imagine anytime you're doing interviews or out to eat dinner, somebody's saying, man, what do you think about Billy? Is he going to work out? Are you tired of that yet?
I can tell you this, man. Everyone at that university desperately wants him to succeed because he's a good dude. He has what's best for players on and off the field in his head. Like he is what they want as a coach. The problem is he's not winning games, and that's kind of where it's at right now. They have the ideal coach that they want, but he's 11-13 the last 2 years. So there's something's not jiving right now, and I think he's got to win games. There's no doubt about that. I think, I've been saying this over and over. I think the worst thing of these last couple of years, even last three with Dan Mullen as well, but specifically the last two with Billy Napier, is the idea now with Florida fans as well. Maybe they win 7 games, they win a bowl game, win 8 games. Maybe he saves his job. The idea that Florida is settling for 7 wins or 8 wins as a way to say, okay, we're moving in the right direction, shows you how far they have fallen since the early 2000s when they were among the lead of national college football. They're nowhere close to that right now.
Yeah, see, I'm with you. I like the guy. I like what he stands for. I like the way he builds the program. We give like Hugh Freeze and some others some benefit of the doubt that, okay, he's cleaning up a bad mess. You tell me, how big of a mess did Dan Mullen leave there? Because we've seen the recruiting numbers. We saw the draft the other night. That's not Florida's typical draft. I feel like Dan Mullen left that in a worse situation than maybe he gets tagged with.
You know what? Okay, so here's the number one thing. I'm not willing to give any coach an excuse like that in this day and age, because you can turn a roster in one season. Sonny Dykes, that team went from 5-7 to a national championship game in one season. Lincoln Riley took USC from 4-8 to a game away from being the playoff in one season. So I'm not giving anybody the ability to say, okay, well, I was left with a mess. I also can tell you this. He walked in there with a top 5 pick at quarterback in the most important position on the field. And look what happened. They won 6 games. So, I mean, there are excuses. You can say, yeah, he didn't recruit that well. But at the end of the day, if you start putting Dan Mullen's classes up against Billy Napier's classes, Dan Mullen's classes are actually average better than Billy Napier's classes. So I mean, certainly you can say the players weren't there. But at the end of the day, he's not doing much more to get the type of players they need to compete at that elite level. They're not trying to compete with South Carolina and Kentucky because they've lost 3 of the last 5 games to. They're not trying to compete with Missouri, who I love Missouri. I love drinking what he's doing there. They're not trying to compete with Texas A&M or Mississippi State. They're trying to compete with Alabama, LSU, and Georgia, and they're not even close. They're not even in the same stratosphere right now.
I thought the most surprising player last year in the SEC was Graham Mertz. I mean, just played really mistake-free. He completed over 70% of his passes. Is there a quarterback controversy at all right now?
No, that's his job. Look, I was as harsh on Graham Mertz as anyone last year, and the reality is the first 6-7 games, he really wasn't playing that well. He was just playing safe. It was just a lot of dink and dunk stuff, and I think they finally trusted him, or they finally realized the only way we can do this is if we start hitting second and third level throws. And he started hitting them, and they started to change offensively. And I mean, honestly, I truly believe this. Were he healthy at the end of the season instead of that injury, I mean, I think they could have beaten Florida State. I think they probably would have beaten Florida State in games, especially without Jordan Travis. So and then you look at him in a completely different way, because then you get to a bowl game, and then you probably win that bowl game with a healthy Graham Mertz too, and then you're looking at things completely differently. He played really well the last month of the season, and I think that gives them a lot of confidence this year for the passing game. I think there'll be packages for DJ Lagway. Clearly, he's got talent, but I'm telling you guys right now, the only way DJ Lagway's getting on the field is if Mertz is hurt, or if they start 1-5.
Matt Hayes is with us, National College Football writer, Saturday Down South, also XL Primetime on 1010 XL there in Jacksonville. He's with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. You can follow him on Twitter at Matt Hayes CFB, at Matt Hayes CFB. Do you believe we see more of the last year Texas under Steve Sarkisian, or more of what Steve Sarkisian has normally given us moving forward at Texas? Where are you on Sark?
It's funny. I was thinking about this. I'm doing some background stuff for stories later in the summer, and I was doing some research on this before. Sark, if you look at what he's done, you look at what he did at Washington, you look at what he did at USC, he was, you could have called him a mediocre coach. He goes to the rehab program at Alabama, and things change dramatically when he gets to Texas, because, there's a structure at that place at Texas. And I know it had been a long time since Mac Brown was forced out, that you saw what Texas could be, but there's a structure around that place where you can get players that clearly you're the marquee university in the state of Texas. There's all kind of money there. There was a structure in place for the right coach to win at a very high level, and I think Sark hit on some transfer portal guys, got the right quarterback in there, and he moved it up. Now it's a different story. Now he's in a different conference, clearly, obviously. And I think the lines of scrimmage are going to be different this year too. So long story short, to your question, I don't think you're going to see 11-1 Texas like you saw last year. I think you're going to see a little bit of a step back, but not significantly, like 9-3, 10-2. I don't think you're going to see a situation where a team falls off the map, or all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, now you're in the SEC, pal. No, I think it's still a 10-11 win team, sure. 11 wins with the right things happening, yeah.
Kirby Smart just played through us here at number 10. Had a chance to talk to him before he teed off on number 1. I'm wondering, when it's all said and done, will we get to the point in Kirby's career where we talk about him maybe chasing down Bear Bryant at 6 and maybe Nick Saban at 7 national championships? Will he be the guy that will be the one that challenges those guys?
I mean, I don't see how they're not the clear favorite this year. That's number 1. And I don't care what Ohio State has done, as far as adding guys in the portal. Ohio State still has Will Howard as a quarterback. All right. At the end of the day, that's still what it is. Will Howard is a nice player. Avery Johnson was starting quarterback at Kansas State. There was no doubt that was going to happen. So that's who Ohio State has as a quarterback. I look at Georgia. Honestly, it's funny. I'll bring Brian Kelly into this because everybody's jumping on Brian Kelly about the fact and saying, well, we need to do this thing organically. We need to recruit. We need to get, players and let them grow in our system. And he's right. I mean, at the end of the day, he is right. It doesn't mean that you have to ignore the portal because you need the portal, but only a certain number of teams can actually do that year after year after year, and Georgia's one of them. Like, Georgia doesn't need to go to the portal but for a handful of guys because they just recruit really well and they develop really well, and Kirby's got that program now going where it needs to go every single season. And he's now finally controlled the reckless driving problem that's been going on there. And it's been a very quiet off season at Georgia. And I think the fact that it's been a very quiet off season at Georgia is a very dangerous season coming up for everybody else.
College football playoff appearance first. Billy Napier, Brent Venables, or Hugh Freeze?
At the current schools?
Yeah. At Florida, Oklahoma, Auburn.
Brent Venables. Brent Venables, definitely. I think Hugh could get there eventually. I mean, Hugh has been really good when he has a really good quarterback, and we still have no idea what's going on. And I think he's either got to recruit someone and develop him, or they got to get lucky in the portal. But right now, they do not have a playoff caliber quarterback. They just don't.
Yeah, I think a lot of Auburn fans, Matt, were hopeful this second portal go-around was kind of them at quarterback. They're just no quarterbacks jumped in. And part of that is the SEC to SEC rule. I think a lot of the quarterbacks that are in the SEC didn't like the prospect of not being able to play in conference this year. But that there were no quarterbacks to be had in this second go-around of the portal.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer that rule is going to last, by the way. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because honestly, the players are essentially getting anything they want, and I think they should. I've been the guy standing screaming on the mountaintop they should anyway, because they've gotten the short end of the stick for the first 150 years of this deal. So they should get whatever they want. I think that rule will eventually go away too.
Hey, listen, Peyton Thorne comes on our show on the regular now, Matt. So we've gone from not liking him to thinking, well, I won't say he's Peyton
actually,
Manning.
look,
he's Eli Manning.
Here's the thing: if he threw the ball like he did 2 years ago at Michigan State, then you'd say, all right, they got a chance. I think Auburn could do some stuff. I don't know what it was last year. He did not look like the same thrower last year that he did at Michigan State. Not the previous year, but the year prior to that. And there's a number of things. Obviously, it's protections. It's a three-pronged deal, the passing game. You guys know that. You got to protect. The quarterback's got to throw in time. The receivers got to get separation. And who knows all what was going on there at Auburn. But he just didn't look like the same thrower. And I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm just saying right now, the way he's playing, it doesn't look like a playoff caliber quarterback.
He is Matt Hayes. Follow him on Twitter at Matt Hayes CFB. Saturday Down South. He's the national college football columnist for them. And XL 1010. They're in Jacksonville, 1010 XL. I said it backwards. 1010 XL, XL Primetime with Matt's show there in Jacksonville. Matt, thank you very much for the time. Always great talking with you.
Okay, fellas, my pleasure.
All right, take care. Matt with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.
The show being brought to you by a couple of great sponsors. One of them, our friends at New York Butcher Shop.
The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Get in, go see Jim and the guys there. Not only can you pick up the finest steaks, ribs, chicken, everything cut to order for you, they've also got those huge deli sandwiches. You're going to absolutely love it with a great selection of fine wines and desserts. New York Butcher Shop, one-stop dinner shop. Get in, see Jim. 2 locations, Highway 119 in Greystone and the original in Cahaba Heights.
And our friends at Champy's Chicken right on 119 in Alabaster is just past 11 o'clock. That means they are open and they're ready to serve you the best Southern fried chicken that there is in America. It is brined overnight, cooked to order, so it comes out piping hot. Great hand-cut chicken fingers, wonderful Mississippi Delta recipes, tamales, and so much more. It's our friend Sterling at Champy's Chicken. Great place for lunch and dinner. So go by and see them, champyschicken.com. Another hour of the show when we come back from Greystone right here on TNR.
Follow Rockstar on Twitter at RockstarBHM.
Man, I love a good meal. I'm Jim Dunaway. A good meal is what you get with my friend Sterling at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. We're talking great Southern fried chicken, wonderful sides, hand-cut chicken fingers, po' boys, and those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. You got a perfect menu for everybody. Champy's Chicken is perfect for watching the big game, or taking a meal to the lake house, down to the coast, or stay in the restaurant and dine in a great atmosphere. It's all made fresh to order right there on 119 in Alabaster, Champy's Chicken.
Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from The Next Round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
Let's face it, a home is one of the most powerful assets you can have, and our friends at Mortgage Right want to help you build wealth through home ownership. Mortgage Right is all about providing competitive rates, a variety of loan products, and a multitude of resources for a seamless home buying experience. They treat their borrowers like family and are always looking to bring more happy homeowners under their roof. See more by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR today and start living. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239 Equal Housing Lender.
Birmingham's favorite lawn party returns to Greystone for the Regions Tradition May 8th through 12th. Watch the legends of the game at Greystone and check out the Celebrity Pro-Am featuring Charles Barkley, Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze, and country superstar Riley Green. Enjoy the fun in the sun at the White Claw Watering Hole and Casamigos Club. And don't miss the food trucks and the Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony. The Regions Tradition. Buy your tickets today.
You got to look your best to play your best, and our friends at Bandwagon can help your team find the perfect uniforms for that upcoming season. Bandwagon is with you every step of the way, from developing your team logo design to choosing from their multitude of samples. You name the sport, they can make it happen. To get your uniform journey started, you can shoot them a message on any social media platform or check out their website, bandwagonsports.com. That's bandwagonsports.com. Next Round listeners, it's time to jump on the bandwagon.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst is back May 12th through 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. It is Bama's biggest in-water boat show with more than 100 boats and vehicles on display, vendors and food trucks, live music all weekend long, and it is free public admission. Don't forget the Friday night fireworks show, free Velcro Pygmies concert Saturday, free mimosas for Mama Mother's Day Sunday, LoganMartinLakeFest.com for more info. It's the annual Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst May 12th through 14th, LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Still to come, and right before trash, the 2 jokes that I thought were just too aggressive.
I'm going to let you deliver them, too.
Okay. Two jokes that I thought were just too aggressive.
And I've heard neither one of them, so I get to rate them.
To be on the first tee of a golf tournament.
I don't think Romans was. I think Barkley's, yeah. I mean, if people are in the right mindset, I think they would have loved it.
Okay.
But
Barkley's would have made them blush the other night at the Tom Brady roast.
Maybe.
I thought Romans, I didn't know whether to use it or not.
I think Brown will get a kick out of Romans.
Okay. I'll rate them.
The Tommy Tupper one I did is getting like oohs and ahs. Like people are like, I can't believe you said that.
Oh, come on.
The one about Katie Britt?
Yeah.
And the response?
It's politics.
Yeah. Politics. Whatever goes wrong with that. We're out here at the Drummond Company Pro-Am, the show being brought to you by Urology Centers of Alabama, UCA. If you go check them out online, urologycentersalabama.com, urologycentersalabama.com. They've got 16 locations from Jasper to Talladega, from all the way up in Coleman down to Alabaster and everywhere in between, 16 locations everywhere. That's our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. From prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between. Check them out. It's UCA, Urology Centers of Alabama. The phone number is on your screen right now.
Oh, my bad.
Give them a phone call, and they will take care of you. Schedule an appointment, and you'll be all good to go. It's our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama.com.
Complete disaster. That's on me. I was supposed to give Jim the phone number there, but
that's okay. Phone number's on the screen.
It was on the screen.
And you do everything online, urologycentersalabama.com. So I got 2 questions to get to. One of them is about Kirby Smart. I'll save that one. I want to go through the odds that I went through with LT last night and get LT's reaction for our audience now and Brown's first reaction to the FanDuel betting odds. There's a belief that it's Georgia, Ohio State, and everybody else. Here's the betting odds. Georgia, the favorite to win the national championship, as Matt Hayes just said, from FanDuel at plus 300.
I mean, he said basically far and away, yeah, I hear about Ohio State, but Hal, Georgia's not the odds-on heavy favorite.
Plus 450 for Ohio State, so there is a little gap.
Best quarterback in the game right now, in my opinion, coming back is going to be Carson Beck. I think Georgia's going to play with a chip on their shoulder because a lot of people still believe they were the best team in college football last year that didn't even get to a college football playoff. But I made this point to Dunaway last night on the specialty show from Buffalo Wild Wings and Pell City Brown that I believe we are never going to see a 15-0 or 16-0 champion.
Yeah.
And so I think the play here is if you like Georgia, if you like Ohio State, if you like any of these teams, wait for the first loss because then you get much better odds.
I mean, I wonder how much the odds will change though, Lance, with a 16 team or a 12 team playoff field. Because so let's say Georgia loses in Tuscaloosa. So Georgia is 3.5 to 1 right now.
Yep.
Let's say Georgia's 3.5 to 1 going into Tuscaloosa, and they lose that game.
It drops to 5 or 6 to 1 because people.
So you're at least getting better value.
Yeah, people then would be like, well, maybe Alabama's the best team in the SEC. So you're not getting any value right now.
No, you're not.
Georgia or Ohio State unless they go wire to wire and win the national championship, which I just don't see happen.
Can I call a timeout?
You may,
or do you want me to save it for after this?
You do whatever you want.
Okay, I'm going to call a quick timeout.
Yeah. We got 15 minutes of
point.
show.
Sometimes you turn it over. Sometimes you.
A girl just walked up the stairs.
Right here?
This could not have been her, but she looked almost identical to a girl that I hung out with back in the 80s. But
are we going air quotes?
Well, yeah, but
not on 80s.
Dunaway was telling me shenanigans on a pontoon boat with twins last night.
Okay. I mean, this
probably
the girl that walked up was probably 22. That girl back then in the 80s was 22. They look identical.
Oh, you think that's her daughter?
No. I'm just
Time
asking.
machine?
Just do you believe that there's only so many, like people generation to generation, you can find someone in the future that will look exactly like you in the future, exactly like you, exactly like me, exactly like that girl that I knew in the 80s that just walked up the stairs.
Yeah.
Like I got a little bit of a
oh my God.
Caught my breath for a second.
Well, what if it's her daughter?
There's no way.
And what if she says, I never met my father?
No,
my mother told me.
Too long
Let's
ago.
get that 23 of me done.
Too long ago.
Crank that thing out, Mr. Indian.
Too long ago.
Cherokee.
I never met but my mother used to love Channel 13 when I was a kid. That's all she watched.
Big Jerry Tracy fan.
Yes.
Okay, so Georgia's plus 300. Ohio State's plus 450. LT at that point last night said the next person he thought was going to be at plus 1,000. There's not. There's two teams under that. Do you know what they are?
So this would be less than 10 to 1.
Right. Behind Georgia and Ohio State.
I would say Texas is there.
Texas is next at plus 750. Very
So
good.
there's 7.5 to 1.
You've been more impressive. You've been faster, but that was very good.
Well, I mean, I got to think through this because in my group are Texas, Alabama, and Oregon. I would say Oregon is the other one.
Very good. Plus 850, Brownie.
So Alabama's 10 to 1.
And
Alabama
the point I made
knows.
last night to Dunaway is we've seen Sark win one big game. We
I know.
haven't seen Dan Lanning ever win a big game.
I know.
And you've got to win multiple to win national championships. You're getting zero value out of those teams.
Okay. By the way, another timeout here after those two teams. It has been a long gap between Riley Green's group and the next group to come to the tee box.
They're on the clock. The next group to come to the tee box.
Yeah, like it's been a long gap. I think
who's the next group? DeBoer?
I think the next group up is Kalen DeBoer.
All right. So in the chat room.
So is Riley Green already teed off?
Yeah, he's come through.
Because I would have said the holdup was him like hitting the bar.
You have that sheet under your chair, Brownie, and that'll let me know if Kalen DeBoer is next. That's the cheat. I had no good line for Kalen DeBoer or Nick Saban today.
So
Tommy Tulliver, Bubba Bussy. Yeah, Kalen DeBoer's group is next.
So there were people in the chat room that were saying on Twitter that DeBoer is struggling out there.
Okay.
You could have said Kalen DeBoer. The only person Kalen DeBoer says no to less than was Madonna in the 80s.
We're going to have to workshop that, but I see where you're going.
I do understand. Only one person gave fewer no's.
There you go. That's the line.
Gave fewer no's than Kalen DeBoer.
That's
that
Madonna.
was Madonna.
There we go. Madonna in the 80s.
That was Heidi Fleiss.
Yeah. So people are saying he's struggling just a little bit out on the course.
Well,
but Parlay's your friend in this too. You just pick up and start signing autographs.
You do, but this gap, Forrester, look at me here. The gap.
What have been 10 minutes?
The last golfer, I mean, the hit here. How long has it been? It's been 20 minutes now. It feels like
at least 10. Yeah,
it feels like 20 minutes since we've had a group
playing. So we got slow play with DeBoer. That's gonna be a problem. He's already been penalized.
He's out there running the damn ball. Is what he's doing.
The tour's out there trying to speed him up.
I mean, is there nobody that's like, okay, he can only sign a couple of autographs? I mean, is he signing everything?
I mean, the guy is so kind in person. I wouldn't surprise me if he's like, I'll just stand here and sign all day.
I will tell you, our friend Josh Maxson is with him.
Yeah.
And with Nick Saban.
Oh, wow.
So Josh is trying to do two jobs.
What kind of day is Josh having?
Yeah. I think Josh's quote, I'll tell you off it.
We need Kalen to shadow Michael Jordan for a couple of days.
Well,
learn the art of telling everybody.
That's right.
No autographs.
No autographs and no nothing.
If you want an autograph, go to our NIL events.
I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to become a problem. Like, he is too nice of a guy.
It's so bad you have to say that.
It feels like it's a 20-minute delay right now.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what's got to be going on.
I'm sure he's signing autographs. Good for him, man. That's what people come out here for, to get autographs.
Boy,
you think anybody's going to say, oh, God, it took them 5.5 hours to play around? No, but you know what they're going to say? Hey, my kid got a football
Okay,
sign.
but once you do a deep dive, then what you get is people circling around, grabbing something.
Oh, there's no doubt. Once they know he'll say yes to everything,
and it's just going to,
there'll be people in the back nine with their kids and everything.
Brown, you say nobody notices, but the group right behind him.
Oh, they notice.
Is a guy named Nick Saban. You think he's
tapping his
bitching about slow play right now?
Hit into him.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
I haven't given you any advice. My first advice: move your ass along. Don't sign all this shit.
Let us play through.
Kalen DeBoer is pulling up now with some Hoover police security, and he's getting out, and he is surrounded by a crowd of people.
Yeah.
And first thing he does, he starts signing autographs again as he gets out.
Well, the good news for him is he's new to the job, so this is a lot of people's first chance to get autographs. And the more he does this over the years, the fewer things he'll be asked to sign. Yeah, I mean, that's just natural the way it is.
Yeah, I would
also that with Nick Saban.
I wish though, right then we'd seen Saban's group rolled up, which means at some point in the first 9 holes, Saban would have played through it.
They had to wave him on. Y'all come on through.
It would have been incredible.
Yeah.
I learned early, like as a kid, autographs are fun, but as an adult, I would rather get a picture with a celebrity.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't have a ton of autographs. I really don't.
I've got one. I got Magic Johnson's autograph.
And even then, like when you get an autograph, what am I really going to do?
I thought he might have been a little shaky.
Now, I would have if I had a piece of memorabilia where an autograph would increase its value or its look, I might go that route. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But just getting an autograph on a sheet of paper.
Can you sign this for my sick cousin?
Rockstar, though, slowing it down even more. He just got a you ain't
going to tell Rockstar, no.
He's got an interview with Kalen DeBoer, so he slows it down. And but, in all fairness, Kalen's already on the tee box. I don't see any of his other golfers.
That's right. He's ready to play.
There's a pro back there, so good. He's about to tee it off. So what a zoo down there. What a zoo around Kalen DeBoer. I take it back. Kalen's crew is bigger than Kirby Smart's crew by far.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if Sheila was still the coach, it'd be close. But
yeah. So good for Kalen DeBoer. Other betting odds. You were right, Brown. Alabama's next, but it's not at 10 to 1. Oregon is 850. Alabama is 1,300. So 13 to 1. So 8 to 1 to 13 to 1 to get to Alabama.
I mean, I would guess, Lance, since probably 2008, you would get nowhere close to this
not
number.
Even close.
I don't know where 2008 was.
I said last night, if Saban was still the coach, they'd be about 5 to 1. It's a massive difference. And again, you're putting DeBoer and Alabama behind Oregon. DeBoer completely used Dan Lanning last year in 2 different games. And he's got more talent this year. I don't get the Oregon thing, but we'll see early on when Ohio State rolls up to Eugene.
Yep, and that'll be a big test.
One more point in this betting odds before I ask the quick question about Kirby Smart is next. LT's been making this point all summer long, and I gave him credit for it last night. Next up, tied with the same betting odds at odds 15 to 1 plus 1,500 is LSU and Ole Miss. So LSU has moved up in the betting odds now, where it was Ole Miss, but LSU is now even with Ole Miss.
I mean, how much of this, though, Lance, is affected by a 12-team playoff? The fact that, if you get in, you realistically have as good a shot as anybody at winning.
Yeah, and this could be one of those situations where a team could have, like an LSU, 2 losses in September, October. Never would have been considered before.
That's right.
But then play their best football moving forward. And once they get into the playoff, nobody wants to play them. That's going to happen.
And if we still had divisions in the SEC, and let's say Texas came in Let's say they just reorganized it. Texas and Oklahoma both came in the West. There's zero chance Ole Miss would be anywhere close to 12 or 13 or 15 to 1 because they would have to make it through that and get to Atlanta to have any shot. But now with a 12-team playoff, you can't really rule Ole Miss out, and with no divisions.
I know
it changes everything.
Ole Miss won this game in a shootout last year in Oxford. But here was my point. Ole Miss, and I know they're a sexy pick this year, but Ole Miss and LSU basically having the same odds. Two factors. Which brand do you have more confidence in?
LSU.
Which coach do you have more confidence
Brian
in?
Kelly.
Yeah. Case
well, which quarterback do you have more confidence in? And that is one you check with Jackson Dart. I mean, that's a check you put in Ole Miss's category.
Other SEC teams, Tennessee.
Oh, God. That was coming at us. I don't know who that is, but that ball almost came up here.
That poor guy's playing with DeBoer.
Yeah, no wonder. I figured out the 20-minute delay.
I haven't hit a golf shot since Heather Wood, the three of us, and David Walls 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think my first swing could be better than that.
Oh, my gosh. That guy, I mean, that ball was headed. I am so sorry to derail, but
That's
I thought.
okay. This is Kalen DeBoer's about to hit now.
Oh, it is not going to be worse than the guy that just hit.
No, I
don't know who the guy that just hit
I've watched him
was.
swing several times. I think he'll hit us.
Oh, you think DeBoer will?
Yep.
We almost got
please.
hit just a minute ago.
Bring it.
You were looking down. Oh, Dunaway. What
he
the crap are you talking about?
Left. He hit it deep.
He went left and deep.
Oh, yeah, but it didn't almost kill us.
Out of the ballpark. He overcorrected.
Yeah.
He overcorrected.
We almost got killed on that other one. Though.
Yeah, that's Kalen DeBoer pulled it left there. Yep. So Tennessee's 30-1, Missouri's 35-1. Their stock seems to be dropping this offseason. A&M is 40-1. Oklahoma is 70-1. And Auburn is 120-1 to win the national championship.
I mean, it's just such a brutal conference. It's hard. I don't know how you put the odds out.
And I think you get value on teams like that if we were in the old BCS. Because what if Jackson Arnold is Cam Newton at Oklahoma and you get him in a one-game situation? I just don't believe these long shot teams. I think it's an accomplishment for Oklahoma or Auburn to obviously get into a college football playoff. Then again, you got to win multiple games against elite talent.
Against the best of the best. And as you pointed out last night, Georgia and Ohio State, they get one loss doesn't knock them out anymore. So Georgia could lose one and still be in. They could lose two and still be in.
That's it.
So that'll be that beast of a roster when you get there. Show being brought to you by the folks at the University of Montevallo, montevallo.edu. Schedule your in-person tour at the University of Montevallo. Find out what your son and daughter could experience at Montevallo, how they can help you in the business school, theater department, music school, soon to be a nursing school there at Montevallo. Great place for teachers to go and so much more. Broadcasting school and 23 NCAA Division II fully funded school, fully funded sports, 23 of them. It is our friends at Montevallo, montevallo.edu, montevallo.edu. I'll tell you this, Kirby Smart is always great that he comes back to this thing. I love that he comes in. Didn't go to the driving range at all. The flight over, and he lands, he gets out there, he shows up on time, boom, he's there, and he hits a great tee shot on number one with no practice at all. When it's all said and done, same question I asked Matt Hayes. Will we be discussing at some point in his career, can Kirby catch Bear Bryant and Nick Saban at 6 and 7 national championships?
I can answer this if you can tell me in Kirby's head, where is he as far as how many more years does he want to do
And I think that's the only factor in this answer.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to say Kirby right now with 49, did that another 20 years?
Yeah.
I think he's got 5 more in him, and I think he can make a legitimate run.
Yeah, because just like last year, they lost to Alabama in the SEC championship. They get a home playoff game in Athens. And you know what? They win the national championship.
Yeah, I think that's the one team they didn't want to see last year.
Yeah. They won the national championship, I think. And
I think it would have been a great game with
so that just shows you, I think, the access Kirby is going to have to that trophy moving forward. And I think the only factor, to me, the factor I have to know to answer this question accurately is what Lance just asked you. How long is he going to do it?
That's right.
You got to tell me that. If you tell me that, I can tell you if he can catch him.
I don't think he goes past 60.
I'm with Lance. He's making too much money. And
$1
It's a gazillion dollars in Georgia money, and this game is just changing so much. I don't know how much he's going to deal with it.
Show continues on. Trash is on the other side. Our friends at Hemp Hill bringing you the show, LT.
Yeah, 205-229-2090. Our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham's trust since 1954. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys today. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Back in a moment. Stay with us.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
You could win a Cadillac CT5 or your share of $25,000 in free play and cash at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Play the latest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can be a winner too. Come win your share during the Cadillac CT5 and $25,000 giveaway at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Drawings April 5th and 6th. Located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older, must be present to win.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing. If renting is putting a dent in your bank account, here's your sign from the universe that it's time to buy a new home. And who better to help you through the ins and outs of home buying than our friends at Mortgage Right. With Mortgage Right, you don't have to worry about becoming a short notice mortgage expert because they do all the heavy lifting for you. They're trusted mortgage professionals and they'll help you choose the right mortgage option and stand by your side every step of the way. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to buy before renting runs you dry. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst coming up May 12th through the 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. Free public admission. It's Bama's biggest in-water boat show. Over 100 boats and vehicles on display. Vendors, food trucks, live music all weekend long. Fireworks show on Friday night. How about this? Free Velcro Pygmies concert coming up on Saturday. Mother's Day is Sunday. They're going to take care of mom with free mimosas all day on Sunday. For more information for this incredible event, go online, LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Birmingham, your Stallions take on former Crimson Tide quarterback A.J. McCarron and the St. Louis Battlehawks on Saturday, May 11th at 3 p.m. It's Braves Day. You get to meet Braves mascot Blooper and get a free custom baseball card. Enjoy the Fan Fest, on-field opportunities for the kids, and elite professional football. Tickets start at just $10. Buy yours today at theufl.com. With only 3 home games left this season, don't miss the chance to cheer on the unbeaten Stallions. Let's pack protective.
Back with you on the next round. Never turn you back to the camera.
Never turn you back to the camera.
Yeah. Our friends at Precision Sports bringing you this part of the show. We'll get to trash in just a second. You know, Precision, such a big thing. You've used it before, right?
I have. Dr. Michael Patterson, great dude. Florida State grad, played with Dion. I've thought I had, this is how good they are. Thought we had a meniscus tear. Brown remembers back in the dark days of doing a show with me from my basement during COVID. And I literally could not walk down the stairs. I slid down the stairs. I had to get help to the car to take me to Precision out in Alabaster, that location. And Dr. Patterson looked at it. He was like, I think it's torn meniscus. We're going to send you for an MRI. Went, got the results back. He's like, they're inconclusive. I just don't know if it is a meniscus. I don't want to open you up, clean that thing up if it's not. We found out it was an L4, L5 in my back, affecting the nerve. They are so thorough, best in the business.
Yeah, from me, I thought it was an L4, L5. Everybody told me it was an L4, L5. I went down there. He did all the things to check me out, and he came back and he's like, listen, a lot of people probably would tell you it's L4, L5. I think if you just exercise a little bit more and stretch out your hamstrings, you'll be good to go. And he set me up on a rehab to do. So that's the kind of guy you get. Locations all over the state of Alabama you get with Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. They have those locations available for you. You can call them up to set an appointment. 512-3885, 512-3885, or PrecisionSportsOrtho.com/2024. Locations from Jasper to Talladega, Fultondale down to Alabaster, and all the metro Birmingham area. It's our friends at Precision Sports, PrecisionSportsOrtho.com. trying to think of something I haven't gotten to today that maybe we need to get to.
Trash.
Trash is just around the corner. That's very good, Brownie. Very good. I usually, before mortgage right, I'd like to. Nick Saban is on here.
There you go.
Here's the next.
There's some you haven't gotten to. Nick Saban.
Nick Saban. Now he's back there standing on the pros tee, so he's spending his time walking around with his pro today. Is it David Toms?
No, I think so. Yeah, Stuart Sink was with Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah.
I think David Toms was Saban.
Okay, so our man Cam from Velcro Pygmies ready to go.
Oh,
you want to go right now?
No, 11:45.
Oh, 11:45. Okay. I was about to say if he's ready to go right now.
So I don't know how we need to handle.
No, we're good.
Okay, we got time for Trash.
Yeah. Okay. He's got everything he needs.
11:29. We'll let you know how Nick Saban hits during the middle of Trash. But Tyler, if you will, man, let's hit that big button and do Trash.
I'm here with the winner, Derek Lewis. Derek, why'd you take your pants off? My balls was hot. I understand.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right. Mortgages done the right way.
And our friends at Mortgage Right want to remind you it's spring buying season as we roll into the summer. Our friends at Mortgage Right here to help. They were veteran founded here in Birmingham, offer loans throughout the country. And while the area they serve may have grown, their commitment to Birmingham and veterans has not changed. Before you take next steps on a new home purchase or refinance, talk with the team at Mortgage Right. No cost or obligation to find out what you qualify for. Get more information. Go to their website, mortgageright.com/TNR, or call their Highway 2 office, 205-900-7200, NMLS 2239, equal housing lender. We start first with the zoo in China. They sparked a little controversy.
My little one's at the zoo today, not the one in China, the one in Birmingham. She was excited about seeing the baby giraffe. I don't know if y'all know they got a baby giraffe in Birmingham too.
A couple of weeks ago, I did a little surprise date for Maddie, and I was taking her to the zoo. She'd never been to the Birmingham Zoo, and we showed up, and there were like 3 lines, like 300 yards deep. I've never seen it that crowded.
See a baby giraffe.
So I did a loop. I was like, it was going to be fun. But,
yeah, all right.
Let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah, but I saw a picture. So Leighton went with one of her friends last week, and they took pictures of the baby giraffe.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah. Anyway, this one in China sparked a little controversy after they dressed dogs as panda bears because they didn't have the genuine artifact, as seen in the viral photos. So I don't know if Tyler's showing a picture of this. Fake pandas unveiled on May 1st were actually chow dogs. Big hair breed.
Yeah,
there they are. I mean,
it ain't bad.
No, it looks like it. Yeah, especially over here.
Yeah, the close up on the left, right there. I can tell that's a dog.
Now they put these so-called panda dogs on display in the enclosure every day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., attracting a lot of people, despite the obvious bamboo element per the sanctuary staffers. Many visitors now have accused the sanctuary of animal cruelty. I love how it's not cruelty if it's a bear.
That's right, but
if it's which I kind of agree with.
It's a painted dog. Did they paint them, Lance, or is that?
Oh yeah,
yeah. That's the cruelty part, I would imagine.
Yeah, dyed in black and white.
Yeah.
So a 1928 Beverly Hills mansion once owned by actress Billy Burke is on the market for $21,750,000. Now Burke is most famous for her role as Glinda the Good Witch in the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
She died in 1970 at the age of 85. Burke's residence, dubbed Casa Estrella, sits on one of the most coveted streets in Beverly Hills, according to the listing. Home office, a combination of old world luxury and distinctive Spanish architecture, arranged across 10,000 square feet.
That is a nice looking house. What was the number on it?
27,000 or 27 million.
Not my favorite architecture, like that. What do you call that? That Spanish.
Yeah,
not my favorite.
I call it
overpriced.
I call it south of the border deco.
Okay, Mexican deco.
Yeah,
it's easier to say.
Border deco.
Yeah. Oh wow, Lance.
No. Here we go. Some of the best food challenges by state. We'll get to Alabama last. New Jersey, the Mount Olympus Challenge. Mount Olympus Challenge raises the bar with a 50-pound burger that you and up to 4 of your friends have to eat in 3 hours at Clinton Station Diner. Do you know 4 other guys you could get? Because Dunaway can eat. I think Dunaway can eat more than any of us.
Probably. I'm second for sure.
Yeah. Do you think you could find 4 guys in you that could eat a 50-pound burger?
Yes.
In 3 hours.
50 pounds is a lot of burger, Dunaway.
I
would tap Brown in. Brown would be part of my team.
I'd take a shot at it.
You're doing 12.5 pounds of burger in 3 hours.
Yeah, that's a lot of burger.
Possible.
No, that's going to tear you up.
Yeah. Michigan's got the Dog Central Challenge. Dog Central Challenge, Michigan's best food challenge by having to devour 3 foot-long hot dogs with chili, 2 extra toppings, fries, onion rings, and a 20-ounce drink. Winners get $10 and a free meal, but losers have to pay $25. Illinois got the Po' Boy Challenge. I don't know how you do more than one Po' Boy.
Po' Boys are Philly.
This is Fatso's last stand in Chicago. Po' Boy Challenge takes a confident diner who can finish a 2 pounds of fried jumbo shrimp hoagie, coleslaw, pickles, lettuce, tomato, special sauce, cheddar cheese sauce, and a big pile of shoestring fries on the side in under 45 minutes.
I mean, I just kind of got a little dry heave looking at it.
Yeah.
That's tough right there.
No way you can do that much shrimp.
No, that's a lot of shrimp.
How about this one? Georgia's got the carnivore challenge.
Carnivore?
Yeah, carnivore challenge. Diners can visit Big Pie in the Sky in Kennesaw, ask for an 11-pound pizza loaded with meat. If you and a friend can finish it in 60 minutes or less, you win 250 people and join the select few who have finished
It looked
challenge.
like terrible pizza, though. Look at that. I mean, that pizza just looks awful. That would be the problem.
Dab the grease there.
Yeah.
Arizona's got the Broken Yolk Cafe special. This massive 12-egg omelet loaded with cheese, mushrooms, onions, cheese, chili, and a side of home fries and biscuits. Anyone who can finish the meal in under an hour gets a grand total of $29.95. But if you don't, you have to pay that.
No way.
Oh,
God, that looks awful.
And finally, I don't know how this is possible. You've heard of Wenzel's in Alabama?
Yeah.
The oyster house?
Yeah.
You have to eat 422 oysters in 1 hour.
I mean,
no way. You start throwing it up.
Yeah, and boy, can
I
you
think
imagine?
I could eat 100.
Listen, can you imagine if you eat that many oysters and you got a couple bad ones in there? Do you know what a bad oyster can do to you?
It's not going to be good.
And now you got 400 of them in you?
Not going to be good.
Yeah, imagine that.
Nick Saban getting a round of applause as he comes up to the 10th green. Biggest applause of the day so far. And his tee shot, his caddy back there, Steve's got the putter out, so his tee shot's on the green for the coach,
that?
who I'm told is playing the best golf he's playing
I bet.
since he started.
Got more time he's ever had now.
Yep.
Finally, Arby's releasing new limited edition Chardonnay horsey sauce online, $16 a bottle starting today.
I like the horsey sauce there.
Chardonnay's. I like the Arby's sauce a little bit more, though.
Dude, I like mixing them.
both. Yeah. Chardonnay's horsey sauce features Arby's signature horseradish sauce with a Chardonnay flavor finish. It comes in a frosted wine glass, decorated with the silhouette of a horse in mid-gallop. The name of the sauce and the horse silhouette draw inspiration from the album artwork of Beyonce's new country album. You can find Chardonnay's horsey sauce for purchase while supplies last on the Arby's website starting last Thursday. You need to be an Arby's reward member to actually get access to purchase.
So Lunsford and a friend almost tried the carnivore once, but the day they were there, it was not being served. They were going to try it. The day they were there, it was not being served.
Oh, they could have knocked it out, do you think?
I mean, that would be Lunsford to answer that question.
I mean, I've seen Lunsford eat. Lunsford can eat.
Yeah. And this other guy was with him. Good, too. Also, Troy says my ex-mother-in-law could 100% do the oyster challenge. I've seen her put away 6 dozen before.
Okay, well, 6 dozen is only...
That's halfway there.
Yeah.
You all right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Just got a little tart.
Yeah.
I mean, that's only 72 oysters, though.
Yeah.
Only 72, though, in one sitting. That is
You gotta
a
do
lot of
400
oysters. Well, I know,
plus.
but 72 in one sitting. You're just like, that's only 72. I mean, a dozen fills me up.
That is trash, brought to you by our friends at Mortgage Right.
Yeah, but you also eat them with crackers.
I do.
If you're looking for a new home, our friends at Mortgage Right are here to help. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned home buying veteran, their great service and low rates make the process easy. Speaking of veterans, veteran founded right here in Birmingham. So remember, whether you're looking for your final home or your first home, our friends at Mortgage Right can help. 205-900-7200 or online, mortgageright.com.
Raw is by far and away the worst way to eat oysters. That's the crazy thing. So many people eat them raw. There's so many better ways to eat oysters.
I disagree.
Oh, no. Char grilled is top of the line.
Yeah.
Char grilled oysters, phenomenal.
I think a raw oyster on a cracker with the right sauce and seasoning. Go to a place called Citizen in Alice Beach.
Yeah.
By far, best oysters, homemade crackers, 4 different sauces.
Yeah, sauces make a difference with
They
that,
do.
though.
So many better ways to eat them.
Yeah. But I'd like the char grilled as well.
Char
too.
grilled is phenomenal.
Yeah. With
If they're done right.
You get some with a little cheese on them.
Yeah, drop some Parmesan in there.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
All right. Oysters are good. So too is life, as we just watched Nick Saban roll through here. It's been a fun day of golf out here in the Drummond Company Pro-Am, regionstradition.com, regionstradition.com. On our platform at Next Round Live on Twitter and other platforms, you can see some of the golf swings that Forrester has documented for you here off of the 10th tee box. And then Rockstar and Taylor will be dropping some specialty interviews throughout the day. And we later will go to the Coca-Cola tent where we will set up our Coca-Cola stage again this year. And we'll sit there and we'll knock out some interviews with those fine folks, some of the celebrities. And we'll have some extended interviews for you on our platforms as well. All that happening today. But when we come back, we get ready for Lake Fest. And we talk to one and only Cam from the Velcro Pygmies. A lifetime of music and college bars from a guy who's been the lead singer of one of the great Southern bands, Velcro Pygmies. That's when we come back on the show that's being brought to you by Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. For a great lunch, you were talking oysters. I will counter you that a good Mississippi Delta recipe tamale is a lot better. Spiced up perfectly, great way to start your meal, deep fried Southern chicken, and also those hand-cut chicken fingers and all the great sides. Good bar action as well. Lunchtime, dinner time, date night, or for a tailgate, it's champy'schicken.com, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Back in a moment.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Spring weather is here, and our friends at Hemp Hill Services are offering a $69 HVAC tune-up plus 10% off any service call when you mention the next round. Call Adam, Chad, and the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Make sure your HVAC unit is ready to keep up with the changing weather. Hemp Hill Services, locally owned and operated independent train dealer. The team can service all makes and models. For all of your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs, call Hemp Hill Services. It's hard to stop a train. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com. That's 205-229-2090, hemphillservices.com.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst is back May 12th through 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. It is Bama's biggest in-water boat show with more than 100 boats and vehicles on display, vendors and food trucks, live music all weekend long, and it is free public admission. Don't forget the Friday night fireworks show, free Velcro Pygmies concert Saturday, free mimosas for Mom on Mother's Day Sunday, LoganMartinLakeFest.com for more info. It's the annual Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst May 12th through 14th, LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Hey, you. Summer's here. Time to get hot. And at New Balance Birmingham, that's just what we got. For a summertime vibe, see what's inside. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1, find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2, stream it now. Miss Hour 3, download it for later. Miss Hour 4, well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
The 10th tee box here includes Jake Peavy and our buddy Roman Harper. Peavy, a former National League Cy Young Award winner, Roman Harper, a Super Bowl champion. And that'll wrap up the celebrities today as we wrap up the final segment. Lake Fest is coming up this weekend, LT.
It is. It is the 14th annual Lake Fest. We were at the Buffalo Wild Wings, Pell City, last night promoting these guys. Justin and Eric do such a great job with it. It's coming up this weekend. Logan Martin Lake in Pell City, free admission for the public. It's Bama's biggest in-water boat show. Over 100 boats and vehicles on display, vendors, food trucks, live music all weekend, including Velcro Pygmies concert coming up Saturday night. For more information, LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Cam is going to join us from the Velcro Pygmies. Does Cam have an actual last name, or we just call him Cam?
Flinner, I think.
Cam Flinner from the Velcro Pygmies. He scheduled to be with us in a little bit. Lance said this is the official start of summer for him, this event, when we're live here at the Margarita Grill on the 10th hole, on the White Claw watering hole at the Regions Tradition, that he has officially entered summer.
I would agree with that.
You're on board with that?
And the folks at Pell City last night said Lake Fest is their official kickoff to summer. So I think there's a lot of
favorite season outside of fall for me. You guys?
Oh, I would agree completely. Yeah,
it's summer.
Yeah, summer, and then fall, then summer for me. Yeah, I'm with you 100%.
Summer's number one for me.
I got to go fall.
With football?
We got football done away in cool weather.
Yeah.
Love it.
I go summer, fall.
And once I don't have, once my kids are grown and they're not like coming in and hanging out at the pool, I don't even know where summer's going to fall. I probably still do.
Goose says his measure of summer is when he gets his first back sweat. So summer is here when I get back sweat, no matter the date.
February for me.
You get back sweat on February?
I did. I was on the golf course one day. It was like 80.
Yeah.
Drive through Tuscaloosa with no AC. You'll get back sweat.
Caleb says it's crazy to see how much Brown and Dunaway have changed since I saw them at the 2011 championship game in New Orleans.
Well,
I mean, that was 15 years ago. So, yeah, I've changed a lot. So
age-wise, personality-wise, income?
I think he means 8. Well, I mean, I guess all those could be true. If I've changed in several of them, you'll have to tell me about personality. I know how you'll say that. You never miss a chance to take a shot at me.
Yeah, you were really nice in 2011.
Yeah. I was digging back. Murder Point Oyster Company, according to Keith, that's your best oysters.
Well, that's the one they've got at Citizen. Unbelievable.
Okay, our last chance of getting hit may be right here, Roman Harper.
Oh, Harper? Harper's better than that.
Left-hander.
That's a terrible swing.
Left-hander. He's not playing a lot right now.
He's not playing a lot.
Come on, bring it.
He was playing like every time we tried to interview him in the fall. How's he not playing now when it's warmer?
I'm going to guess. I mean, obviously a great athlete. I'm going to guess he likes dressing more like a golfer than playing.
Yeah. All right. We didn't get hit.
Oh, no. It's a great shot.
I think you're going to have to apologize to Harp later.
It's a great shot.
I think you're going to owe Harp an apology.
I mean, I don't think it's aesthetically it wasn't a great looking shot.
Yeah.
But it did the damage.
But it worked for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Miz, according to Royal Payne from WWE, tried a pea soup challenge at a place. Pea soup is nasty. All right, it's time to talk a little music, a little local music. A local music legend is our guy Cam from the Velcro Pygmies, and he joins us now. What is up, Cam? How are you today?
Well, I didn't know that we were wearing golf clothes, so I went with this look. So I might be like not appropriately dressed.
That's what we're used to outside of you being shirtless. And we had somebody ask us last night, like, you don't have to give us your age. I was like, I've been seeing Cam since you guys basically started in the early 90s. I saw you in Tuscaloosa a ton. I've probably seen you 20 times, but you're always tan. You're always ripped up. And they're like, how in the hell does he have these abs at his age? I said starvation.
That's basically what it is. It's not about, the Doritos. It's not about input. It's about output. So if you put out enough, then that's what you got.
Yeah. So Lake Fest this weekend, I want to ask you, because I think he was challenging me last night, Lance. I saw you at Montevallo the first time, saw you at Louis a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Back in the day. Did you or did you not at one point pull, and you may still do this, pull a girl, usually a good-looking girl, in fact, always a good-looking girl, out of the crowd, set them in their chair, and sing a song called, was it Nikki? Is that the song?
Purple Rain. It's a Prince song, but yeah, it's Purple Rain.
Purple Rain, okay.
Only special people get mad. Only special ladies get mad.
I'm right, though. Usually a very, very, very attractive woman.
You are absolutely right. Yes, 100%.
How many breakups have you guys caused in the past?
I don't know. Probably a lot. But I think a lot of people thank us for that. So I don't think they regret it. I think they're grateful that we made that happen.
Have you had somebody actually come up and say, hey, man, I was dating this girl, toxic as hell. I'm glad you guys took her backstage and I never saw her again.
We've had that before, not necessarily backstage, but we've had that before because girls will come out to Pygmy shows and kind of reveal themselves, their inner demons, and that they don't really show their fiancés. And then, they shut that right down.
Cam with us for the Velcro Pygmies. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. They're part of LakeFest this weekend, Logan Martin, LakeFest.com. Do you know, you may know the exact number, how many shows you guys have done as a group over the years?
Well, I mean, it would probably be 3,000 or 4,000, probably.
That's incredible. Like when you started it, the first time the Velcro Pygmies played a joint together, did you have any idea it would be that kind of career for you?
No, God, no. I mean, that's why our name is so stupid. Literally, I came up with a name that would be, unusual but stupid, never thinking that this would last more than a couple of months. And it grew and grew and grew. And, here we are 1,000 years later. And I'm stuck with a stupid name.
Well, because I can remember being a kid, Cam. I grew up over in Anniston. You know where Anniston is?
I ever?
Yeah, we'd go up to Jacksonville, and you guys would be playing Brothers. The old, but it's closed now.
That's back in the days when Brothers was open till the sun came up. We would play there. We would play the Supper Club till the sun came up, and we would play Brothers till the sun came up.
Yeah, and I remember as a kid, my parents driving me past Brothers, and I would look on the side and see Velcro Pygmies, and I would be like, what is that? And then I eventually went to school at Jacksonville State, and I learned what the Velcro Pygmies were.
It's a great, Jack State, and I'm old enough to remember when it was Jack State.
Yeah,
Great university, great party school. We still cross paths with a lot of people that graduated from there, and a lot of people that still talk about the legends of Brothers.
Have you been able to document the career, like in photos or now on your phone and videos? How have you documented all these years?
There's a lot of photo albums from the early years. We took a lot of pictures, and obviously digitally now. There's a ton of video. So yeah, we've got a pretty good collection of the. I put the band together in 1990, so that gives you an idea of how long we've been around. So we've been around to watch technology change. We've been around to watch music change. To give you an idea how long we've been around, our original guitar player, whenever I set up our first website, his comment to me was, I don't think this internet thing is going to really take off. So, so that gives you an idea how long we've been around.
That's amazing. I've heard another amazing story, and I want to know if it's bullshit or not.
All right.
But the owner of Jimmy John's, the guy that was Jim McElwain, took all the heat for being on the Shark. It ended up being the picture was the guy that owned Jimmy John's.
Right.
Yeah.
But there is a rumor out there, and you can confirm or deny, that for his birthday party, he flew you guys to his farm, and Bret Michaels opened for the Velcro Pygmies.
Well, okay, so those are two separate stories, but both are true. So we played for Jimmy John twice. We're flying back up there next month to play for him again. His son Spencer is actually involved in our nonprofit Reach and Teach. So yes, we went up there, but at our first Jimmy John show, Jimmy Fallon played with us, and Vince Neil played with us. And then at the second Jimmy John show, the guys from Lit were there. Blake Shelton was there. Gwen Stefani was there. And get this, Emerald, the chef, Emerald, he got up and played drums.
Wow.
Now, he can't play drums, but he got up there and played. So basically what we did was we told him to lay a beat down, and we played Sweet Home Alabama over top of that beat. Now the Bret Michaels story is we went to Put-in-Bay, Ohio. There's an island up there. And one night Bret Michaels opened for us, and the second night Joan Jett opened for us. And Tone Loc showed up and played in the middle of our set with us. So yeah,
amazing.
So both of the stories are true. You just have them combined.
Yeah. Okay. That's fantastic stories. I do want to let you talk about your nonprofit there.
Yeah.
Cam from the Velcro Pygmies with us, Reach and Teach, because you guys, I've never forget. This has been several years ago in radio when we were still doing radio before we started this. Somebody mentioned Velcro Pygmies doing a show at their kids' schools. We're like, are you sure? Are you sure about that? And
it's a different kind of show.
I would hope. But it's actually for an extremely good cause that you guys are very generous with.
Well, I'm actually standing on stage in the auditorium where we will be. Today is our last Reach and Teach event of the season. So I am in Heard County, Georgia, which is I'm at Heard County High School in Franklin, Georgia. And so in about 30 minutes, we're going to have about 800 kids in this auditorium. And the Reach and Teach program has blown up so much bigger than we could have ever anticipated that it would be. And it's you guys last year, Lake Fest made a huge donation to the organization, which is always very helpful because everything we do for the schools is free, 100%. So if a school signs up, it's absolutely free. We never charge a school at all for what we do. And and we do that because the schools that need it the most would be the ones that couldn't afford it. So we're now that we are finishing up this season, we're already accepting applications or submissions for fall. So any school, any parent, any teacher, anybody that's out there that's interested in bringing Reach and Teach to your school, get on it right now because the schedule fills up really, really quick.
That's really cool, man. That's awesome.
That is awesome. You wouldn't have had to change the show at my high school. My science teacher was fire. You could have pulled her up and put her in the chair for Purple Rain, would have fit in perfectly.
And he's pussy whipped. So,
well, what's really neat is that, especially in Alabama, that most of the administrators and the teachers all went to Alabama, Auburn, Jack State, or Troy, and so they know who we are.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. It becomes a real cool nostalgic event for them as well.
Well, I'll tell you, I saw you guys at Iron City a couple of years ago, and it was the first time I'd seen you in about a decade. And I'll give you a lot of credit. Not only are you doing awesome stuff right there for the schools, but the energy you guys bring, it's
always.
just, I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's just nonstop, 2 hours plus sometimes of just complete energy.
Well, people ask all the time, hey, when are you going to stop? When are you going to slow down? And I've watched bands that I'd admired kind of sort of change, like they've changed their presentation based on as they have gotten older. And the brand that I invented was high energy. And whenever it's no longer that, then I'll hang it up. So I'm not going to, when I can't wear, skin tight pants anymore and take my shirt off, then I'm not going to do it anymore, because that's what the brand is. That's not, that's what the Velcro Pygmies are. So I never want anybody to come and see us like you did after a couple of decades and say, they were still pretty good, but now they're kind of like a bunch of grandpas up there. That's not going to happen. So,
do you have somebody that marks that for you? Do you have like wife, girlfriend, somebody's like, okay, Cam, let's take a look at you. You're still okay in the tight ass stuff.
We basically just base that on the response from the audience. So as long as we are valid, as long as we're believable, as long as the college kids keep booking us and bringing us in to play parties, then we know that what we have is still, viable. As soon as that stops and we're only getting bookings from nursing homes, then I'll know that it's time to change.
I'm wondering, do you get emotional when you lose a venue like, say, the Supper Club when that closed finally?
Absolutely. And it's I get emotional because we've lost one of our homes, but I also get emotional because it's a sign that the industry is contracting, and I hate that because one of the things about Reach and Teach is that we get to present live music to a bunch of kids that have never seen it before. 90% of the kids that will be in this auditorium have never been to a concert in their life. And so we all kind of took it for granted because there was a Supper Club and Iron City and Brothers and all the Louis and the places you could go. But now those places are all gone. And it really stinks for the kids today because they don't have that live music aspect in their life, which was so important to the four of us growing up. And so, I get frustrated when those places go away, because it's just one less place for people to make memories.
Can you give us, somebody wants us as we wrap up here, Bob said, can he give us his craziest Club La Vila story? It does not have to be Club La Vila. Do you have a crazy story from one of your shows that you could share with us?
Well, okay. All right. So we were in Houston, Texas, and we were struggling out in Houston, Texas. It was really weird. We were kind of a little bit ahead of our time, and Houston was still kind of in sort of like a grunge period. And so we went out there and people didn't really know how to take us. And so obviously we do the blow pop thing. So I brought these two girls up on stage to kind of dance around, and they noticed the blow pops. And so one of the girls grabbed one of the blow pops and was kind of dancing around with it. And another girl stumbled and fell back into the drum kit. And when she fell backwards, everybody noticed that she didn't have any underwear on.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
And so we're like, okay, all right. So then the other girl unwrapped the blow pop and let's just say did something interesting with the blow pop.
You do not have to finish the story there.
Okay, in front of the entire audience.
Right,
okay?
yeah.
And so at that point, we became extremely popular in Houston, Texas.
I would imagine.
Because we got this reputation of you never knew what was going to happen at our shows, including us. And so I mean, we've got a million of them, but the craziest Lavila story is probably looking up into the balcony and watching people have sex up there during our show.
Yeah.
So that was always interesting time.
All I can say is you're welcome.
And our Girls Gone Wild show at the Supper Club was an interesting. We did Girls Gone Wild twice, and if you guys remember when that video came out, that was
so real quick. Did you ever have? Because I saw you in the early '90s in Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
Back then, did you have a favorite campus to go to around the SEC?
You know, not really, because they're all about the same enthusiasm level, and we based so much of what we do around football. So you know, the colleges that are big football colleges just are very enthusiastic. So whether we play LSU or UT or Georgia or Alabama or Auburn, it's just those kids are so used to being enthusiastic that they just are. And you know, you milk it a little bit. You know, we go to Tuscaloosa, we play Sweet Home Alabama. Go to Auburn, we play Sweet Home Alabama. They change the words a little bit, so it's still just as exciting and just as popular. So the kids that aren't much fun are the ones that don't really, they're not really sports centered. It's really strange how that is, but those campuses aren't much fun.
Well, everyone can see it. Logan Martin Lake Fest. Cam, it has been a delight to speak with you. We greatly appreciate the time. Have fun with the show today.
Yes, we will see you guys on Saturday.
All right, buddy. Take care.
Bye.
Velcro Pygmies at Logan Martin Lake Fest. And that's how we wrap the show with one of the greats, Cam from Velcro Pygmies.
That's right. We appreciate everyone here at the Regions Tradition, regionstradition.com. Watch our platform throughout the day and the rest of the week. Content being churned out by Taylor and Rockstar, Forrester, and everyone else will be kicking it out. We're heading to the Coca-Cola room now to do some off live interviews. They'll be taped and we'll drop them on our platform a little bit later on. But until next time, regionstradition.com for tickets. God bless you and God bless America.